It was great to see Alan Stiles cook in action, 3.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
you were
working.
entertained.
He came by. It was Dinger's birthday. I mean, come on.
Wow. Did Dinger make us up?
I didn't see Dinger personally up close.
Wow.
We saw the jelly beans.
Yeah, jelly bellies.
Alan couldn't bring Dinger by to say hello? That's kind of...
Well, you know what I've said about Alan. He's the most only child that has a sibling that I've ever met. So he wasn't very happy yesterday because Dinger was getting all the love for his birthday.
Oh, yeah. Well, Alan.
So he's like, yeah, I'm going to bring Dinger up, and then he'll be the talk of the town instead of me.
Didn't want to do that, huh? He didn't want to share the spotlight?
No. Not his thing.
What else? Anything else interesting in
I saw He-Man.
Oh, how was it?
He said it was funny.
Walking in, I thought it was going to be terrible, but it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
It was the Top Gun Maverick corollary. We talk about that where
I've never seen. I will say it's the Transformers for me because I went in to see Transformers and I was like, this is going to be so stupid. It's like, it wasn't bad.
Well, that's one of the things where if something happens like that, a movie comes out that you think is so horrible or gonna be, and then it's decent. You have to ask yourself, is the movie actually decent, or were my it's like being on a blind date and you're just expecting rough acting to acting, and then he or she shows up and is fine.
Hello.
But in reality, it's because your expectations were so.
So we went for my cousin's birthday, and everyone seemed to know all of the backstory about He-Man except for me and their 21-year-old daughter. So there's a lot of explaining to both of us. Oh, that was a person that was on this, and they call him this because that's what his name was on the show. Oh, okay.
So you never were a He-Man guy growing up. I guess that was a little before you, huh?
Yeah, that's what my cousins kept saying, you watched it. I'm like, no, I remember once when I was 4 over at my cousin's house and I didn't get any of it. I thought Grayskull was the place that that Skeletor lived. Apparently I was wrong.
It is a little weird that Skeletor, who is a walking skeleton,
doesn't live at the place with the skull in its name.
Yeah, that's a great point. Actually, thanks for ruining my childhood. That's a really good point. You think He-Man would live in a nice castle or something? That looks like where Skeletor would live.
Melissa hasn't seen it yet?
My wife?
Yeah.
No? Why?
I don't know. She'd be up for it.
I hate when I'm searching for the obvious joke and I can't find it because it's
Chris gets it
in the morning. Melissa, oh God. You know why are you, and this is the thing when everybody says how horrible Chris is, but how nice Jason is.
I'm just asking if she's seen it.
And I'm guessing you're asking if she's seen it because because it's one of her relatives.
I don't know. I thought there was a reference one time that I can remember something about.
She hasn't seen Flash Gordon either, Jason. That's you're bringing up past errors because I for those of you uninitiated, Jason is referring to the time where my wife got a shorter haircut and as I think Jason and Chris confirmed off the air, and are too big of wusses to do it on the air. She did in fact have He-Man's exact haircut. And I mentioned that.
A lot of absolutes in that statement.
There are. I do want to see it. Chris, now that you've seen it and you have a little bit of background on He-Man, I think it's on Netflix. There's a really interesting documentary on He-Man and why they created He-Man. Because the company assigned to this dude basically because Kenner had gotten the rights to the Star Wars action figures in the late 70s, early 80s, and they were just cleaning up. And the problem is that if you get the rights to movie characters and make, whether it's comic book or Star Wars or whatever, the split with Star Wars or whomever was so crazy that the profit margins were not minimal, but not as good as they could be. So they assigned this dude basically they wanted him to create a hero from scratch with no movie associated with it and a whole backstory and all that. So basically the short of it is He-Man was created to sell action figures specifically. And the idea behind He-Man was the helplessness that boys feel growing up and how they could be bullied or they could not know what they're going to do in their life or they could be struggling in school. And there's when Prince Adam turns into He-Man, he raises his sword to the air and says, "By the power of Grayskull," right? And then all the music starts. And that's basically every He-Man cartoon, by the way, was Skeletor was kicking the hell out of everybody. Everything sucked. Everybody was getting beaten. And then finally, at the last second, Prince Adam would go around a corner and raise his sword and say, "By the power of Grayskull." And then the music would start, which was just like, it would pump you up so much as a little kid that you would just jump. Maybe it was just me, but you would jump up and down and be like, "Kick his ass, He-Man." Like, it's on now. It is absolutely on. Music, He-Man, He-Man, and the lightning had hit He-Man, and he'd bulk out, and then he'd turn to his little wussy cat, Cringer, and he hit him with lightning, and then Cringer would turn into this ferocious battle cat, right? And there was a point where He-Man got electrified. And this was the key to the whole thing. And then I'll really move on because this is a bad rabbit hole. He grabs the sword, and I don't know if they did this in the movie, Chris, but did he do the thing where he grabbed the sword by the end, both ends, and did he yell out, "I have the power"?
I don't remember him grabbing it by both ends.
In that song play? I've got the power.
So
it's getting kind of hectic.
So the whole point was with that, the psychology was to the creator of this wanted the young boys sounds bad.
Boys to men.
The children to know that they in fact had the power over their life. There's a whole deep psychology behind it. And when you think about it, that's a pretty heavy lift to create lore and an entire world from scratch. And of course, Eternia and everything that turned into She-Ra. Because people were like, "Why isn't there a girl He-Man?" So they made, and I don't know why they didn't just make it like She-Girl, why they had to go She-Ra, but whatever.
She-Girl?
I don't know. He-Man, She-Woman, I don't know.
She-Girl.
Match me too.
Oh, She-Girl.
Definitely She-Girl.
Sally, She-Girl.
Well, the bad thing, there's this mid-credit scene after the movie, and they introduce a character that they did in the movie, and the entire audience was like, "Whoa!" And I'm I have no idea who this is or why everyone's getting excited.
But you were entertained.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay. All right. Look, we'll buy that. We watched Shawshank Redemption. I think I told you guys a couple weekends ago, and it was basically like $3.99 to rent it because weirdly enough, it's on TNT every single day, but you can't stream it anywhere. So it was like $3.99 to rent it, but for $5.99 you could buy it, and it came with the Green Mile. It was like a 2-pack. Well, okay,
John Coffey.
Let's do that. Yeah, spelled like the
drink,
like the drink, but not spelled the same. So we watched Shawshank last weekend with the kids. They had never seen it. Then this last weekend we watched Green Mile.
Great
and
movie.
Oh, wonderful movie. And I've seen both a bunch of times. They both came out a couple years apart in the 90s. And I'm watching the Green Mile, which first off, by the way, it's a really interesting thing. If you watch these movies start to finish, it reminds me of just how long it's been since I've seen the beginning of either movie. It's almost brand new to me. I could not even remember the beginning of Green Mile, and then I'm watching it and going, oh, okay, that's right. I think I may have seen the movies 100 times each, but I've probably seen the beginning once or twice, literally. So we're watching the movie, and then something like clicks in my head, and I go, wait a minute, hold on. They're both based on Stephen King writings. We knew that. They're both wrongfully accused prisoners. Okay. They both take place in prisons right around the same time frame. But what really got me is at one point during the Green Mile, I almost thought they were using the exact same music from Shawshank, right? Like it sounded very, very similar, probably because I'd seen them both back to back. So I decided to look it up just to see like if there were any similarities other than the Stephen King thing. Turns out it was written and directed by the same guy, and the musical score was by the same guy to both movies, which I never caught before, that they're basically sister movies, if you will. Well, no
don't say
intended.
sisters.
Yeah, no pun intended there. Good movie, though, Jason.
Yeah.
It's a good rewatch.
Rock?
So, rewatch.
Yeah, Percy was something else.
Yeah, and then the guy that played, I forget the actor's name. You'd know this.
Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell?
Sam Rockwell is as good as an actor as there is. He's really good.
He is, and it's funny to see how that. And then it's funny how you place different actors from different things. The other, like Tom Hanks's buddy, it was the Dad in Contact with Jodie Foster. And then you had Babe's farm owner in James Cromwell.
What in the blue?
Could he carry a tune? Yeah, exactly. Great movies. And then I hope one of you didn't know this. Just be honest, please. But then I realized yesterday, going down another rabbit hole, am I truly the only person that never had absolutely no idea that Paul Giamatti was Bart Giamatti's kid?
Yeah.
How did that miss me?
A pretty unique name.
It is.
Paul and Bart.
But it's not like nobody has the last name.
You didn't have a dad that whenever he popped up on screen would say out loud, oh, that's the old commissioner's son.
I didn't. I did not. I think I literally never, ever, ever heard that. And I've talked about Paul Giamatti before. He was pig vomit in Private Parts. That's how I always know him. How am I the only guy that didn't know that? Jason, you knew that?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Then I went down this rabbit hole of commissioners and just how funny it is that
And their
you
kids?
started with nope, just the commissioners. And the fact that we started with Kennesaw Mountain Landis, who was a judge, and that was the Black Sox scandal, and on and on and on. And then Bart Giamatti, basically the Pete Rose thing. He had a heart attack at 51, which is weird because I thought he was a lot older when he passed.
Yeah.
He looked like it.
And then that went to Faye Vincent. And then I just don't know how we got to a place where an actual owner became the commissioner. And now the owners pick the commissioner when the whole point of the commissioner was that the commissioner was supposed to be independent of the owners and the players.
For the good of the game.
For the good of the game. Dwayne says, what kind of dad are you, Dave? They'd never seen Shawshank. Yeah, I look, there's some movies we didn't show them growing up because, I don't know that I am a big fan when the kids are 12 of being like, hey, there's sodomy in prison or whatever. Like, call me old fashioned. Just wasn't, on the bucket list when we're watching, Bambi or another happy movie. So, want to thank everybody at Easter Seals and Carmichael Rotary for putting on a tremendous tournament Friday. Jason. Yes, I've got a present for my dad, as a matter of fact, from it. Jason, we came in second.
Oh, wow. Good for you. Did you hold the team back or did you help?
I played one of the best rounds of my life, and I have no explanation why. Wow. I don't. I have no explanation. It came.
You were warmed up.
Dude, I had the little Misty fan out there. I had the cool rags or whatever. I found some moisture wicking rags. Jason, we were on a par 5 and we were 246 yards out, and I hit my 3, and I actually hit it low, almost like a stinger. And I hit it to 3 feet and putted in for eagle. Like, probably other than, I mean,
did you rip your shirt off?
I wanted to, man. Oh my God, it was such a good shot. It was it's probably the best. I have a hole in one, you'd be like, okay, well, it was a hole in one. I disagree, because the hole in one like dunked.
Yeah.
So it had it been an inch left, right, up, down, it would have been at or near off the green. That's awesome, but still, it wasn't like the best shot. This probably was the best shot of my life. I was nailing putts, dude. I was the whole thing, and then I played yesterday with my wife and kid, and I couldn't play for nothing. Isn't that great how golf works?
Yes, and I can't tell how you're going to play on Wednesday then to the Media League. Probably somewhere in between.
Oh. You know what, dude? I probably should put that in my calendar. League. Is there a way to do that where you can just have it pop up every Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay. You'll have to show me. I'm up here because we have somebody coming out to repair something, and the only time they can come out.
I'm attempting to dazzle Dave.
Was at 10 a.m. today.
What are they repairing?
Your mom, dude. So we were.
That's weird.
I know
Why would they go up there?
You know what? I like your mom, so that was like a
that was a reaction.
It was like the royal your mom. Let's not get specifics here. So, I had duties last night, and so I got up here at about 10:20 p. And I noticed when I pulled up, we always leave a couple of lights on. And I noticed when I pulled up, none of the lights were on. So I get inside. It's like 10:30 now. I come inside. It is pitch black. And the reception isn't great up here unless the internet works, but the internet can't work without, So I'm on the phone. First off, I'm trying to I do all the breakers and stuff. I know it's not. I know it's not that, because I can see the houses around me have lights, but I just do it anyways. And I finally call. I realize it's not SMUD up here. It's PG&E. I call PG&E. As I had realized when I went both to my fridge and the outside freezer to my left here, the power had been out for a while because everything was nice and defrosted. And then when I get on the phone with them and I give them all my info, they go, yeah, we don't have an account at that address for you. Then I realize, oh, it's in my wife's name. Okay. Then I got to call my wife. I get my wife on three-way with PG&E.
Set the screen.
Turns out my wife hasn't paid the bill in a while. Just hasn't. She told me that the bills went to her spam folder. And I didn't want to get into it, but just having a basic understanding of computers, I'm pretty sure that if you've ever paid or responded to an email, it doesn't go to your spam folder anymore. It will recognize that is an email that, you interact with. It won't go to your spam folder. It doesn't matter. So I had to be on the phone because they wouldn't let me pay it for her to pay it. And we finally got the power back on just before midnight, Jason. And shortly after the show today, I will be throwing out a lot of food, dude.
Didn't make it. Huh?
No, like a full pork loin, 1 billion hot dogs, because we do a lot of hot dogs up here. A thing of breakfast sandwiches, like the little sausage ones you microwave. Ice creams. A couple of beef stews in Tupperware that I'd kept for 2.5 years. It probably wasn't going to warm up anyway.
Not willing to take the risk on any of them?
I feel like, I don't know, man. Is that really worth dipping your toe into?
No.
That just scares the hell out of me. It'd probably be fine. I mean, they weren't warm. They were still kind of refrigerated. But is this a thing? Like if you freeze something and then it defrosts and then you freeze it again, is it still good?
There's different people that have different views on that. So I don't know that there's a universal answer to that. Because some are like, oh, it's fine, and others, especially like you then cook it later, and others like, no, you can't thaw and then refreeze. I'm like, well, why? I don't know the answer.
Chris, your thoughts?
I have no idea. I know you're not supposed to do it.
But why?
Oh, don't get all choked up. Jeez.
Isn't it like, I don't know.
Yeah. All right. See, there we
And
go.
there's literally nothing I can, and I'm trapped. I can't. If this was me and it was her up here, I'd be so screwed right now. I'd be apologizing left and right. And if I lay this out in any way, shape, or form, if I'm upset, if I even ask her, like, well, how'd that happen? Like, why would you not pay the bill? Like, do you not get texts? Do you not get any of that? She's going to be so insecure about screwing up that it's going to turn into, somehow it will turn into, I'm in trouble. And I don't know. I just let it go, I guess.
I think that's what you need to do.
Yeah, we'll see about it. We'll see. I'm sure that's exactly what's going to happen. All right, big show for y'all, and we do appreciate you being with us today on a beautiful Monday before Jason Ross's favorite weather moves in sometime around Thursday. I'm waiting for our guy in the chat, Jason, because the Knicks are up 2-0. Thrilling game on Friday. We'll update you on the A's. The French Open is all good, and why one of the great all-time in history, all-time jinxes might be on deck. We'll talk about it when we start the show next.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Today, we're talking about how you don't have to earn more when you can save more. Okay, so you brought me this stat. T-Mobile customers had the lowest wireless bills versus Verizon and AT&T over the past 5 years. That seems surprising.
Yeah, when I first heard it, I thought, okay. But when the experts at HarrisX broke it down, it was true for millions of families.
They have a 5-year price guarantee on experience plans and America's Best Network, plus lower bills. I'm not hearing any sacrifice here.
Which is what people need right now. Reliability, predictability. Affordable wireless service isn't a perk. It's a difference. And listeners, if you don't believe me, you can check it out at T-Mobile.com/switch.
Best mobile network based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Based on HarrisX billing snapshots from Q3 21 to Q4 25 compared to average AT&T and Verizon bills. Comparison excludes discounts, credits, and optional charges. For more details, see harrisx.com/T-Mobile-bills.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. And there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the match day spread. He's reaching for the Buffalo wing. Perfect. Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too! Incredible! What a finish! Sensational combination! Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it'd go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Great game on Friday as the Spurs and Knicks faced off. Great game. Didn't go the way the Spurs wanted to, and we're gonna talk about that, especially that ending, Jason. But
it was great.
But I will say, oh, by the way, here's a development, Chris. I have spoken to I've been working with the engineers lately, and they're giving me a computer to use, a laptop, I think Wednesday or Thursday this week. And it will have soundboard capabilities, finally, which is something I've been wanting for a long, long time. So that you and I will be able to duel on those soundboards. So it's not...
I'm attempting to dazzle Dave.
Well, not really. I just think what I don't like is that when you play stuff like that, if somebody doesn't know the background, it sounds like that's how the show thought is, as opposed to just your thought.
Actually,
So
I
now we'll
believe
be
I
able-
speak for the listeners.
No, you speak for some of them.
The listeners use me, and that's how I.
You're the conduit. Yeah. Okay. I'll be there for the other listeners. By the way, why are we not? Why can I not see Jason? Maybe focus on that instead of sound. There you go. Very good. By the way, with Fox, can we have like a real quick? There's gonna be a couple times a day where I'm gonna want to try to have conversations that could be vitriolic, if you will, but I'd like to, Jason, have I just have a question about Fox, and it's not an excuse because look, it's the finals, man. Like he's got to be fighting an injury, doesn't he? I was watching this clip today. He just does not have the same explosiveness.
Well, he is coming off injury, but I actually thought he was a lot better in game 2.
No, he was. There's no doubt about it. Game two was a hell of a lot better for him. Where is it here? 20 points on 8 of 12, 5 assists, 3 boards, a steal, and a block. He did have 4 turnovers. He had a much, much better game. He was the second best player on the team behind Wembanyama, of course. But it was somebody did a really good job of interspersing classic clips from Fox, just different crossovers, and not all like dunks and scoring, but just how he plays. And then they were showing like similar interactions with the Knicks during this series, and even some with the Thunder. And I when this is all said and done, and he's probably gonna not want to talk about it because athletes don't want to, usually don't want to make excuses. But I wish somebody would I'm really curious to know is what he does not have the explosiveness he normally does, unless he's just gotten fat and slow and we missed it.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
But you've got the audio here. It was a hell of a game, especially if you're a Knicks fan. They go up 2-0. No team has ever come back down 0-2 when those 2 losses have happened at home. No team in the history of the NBA Finals has come back. The Spurs are definitely the odds are quite against them. But it was entertaining, and Jason, you got the sound.
Yeah, let's go back to the beginning of the game. Spurs were off to a little bit of a better start. Let's hear from Victor Wembanyama.
Fox back to Wemby, right? Oh, no, ball fake around Robinson. Goes up, right hand, scores. Oh, you love to see that. Fake the 3, lay it in for 2.
All right, we are also, one of the things going into this series, did the Spurs, were they deeper? What did the Knicks bench have to offer? Well, the bench has been pretty good, so has Landry Shamet.
Johnson misses a three from the left point off the back rim. Outlet to Bridges. Sham at right corner. Pump fake and a drive by Wembanyama. Banked in a layup, and the Knicks take their first lead, 49-48.
Listen to the crowd. A lot of Knicks fans in the building.
A lot of Knicks fans, yeah.
For Game 2. I don't think we'll have that many Spurs fans in the building for Game 3 tonight, but another guy who's played really well and I would say has outplayed Wemby has been Karl Anthony Towns.
Brunson double teamed at center court, finds Bridges right wing into the near corner. Towns wide open three-pointer. He got it. The Knicks have their largest lead, up by 4.
Yeah, after a double-digit lead by the Spurs in the first half, the Knicks had the lead by the half. We go to the third quarter, and the Knicks would extend it.
Alvarado, McBride, Shamet, and Robinson. Inbound to Bridges' right corner. One dribble, kicks it to Robinson on the right wing. Left alone, understandably. So they go alley-oop to Robinson on the give and go from Bridges. What a beautiful play for an 11-point lead.
Wow. So down 14 to up 11. And then Jalen Brunson would help out too.
Rebound. Hart hustled to get it to the right corner. And he'll bring it head to the front court left. Brunson walk up left point three. Buries it. Jalen Brunson gives the Knicks a 10-point lead.
All right, so the Knicks still feeling good. We take it to the fourth. Knicks trying to hang on here against San Antonio.
Fox holds the ball with his right hand, lobs a pass to the opposite corner for Anunoby, drives on Wembanyama, has him on his hip, and he posterizes him with two hands. Anunoby dunked on the alien, and the Knicks have a 14-point lead.
So at 14 at that point, now that thing gets erased, and here come the Spurs. They get it all the way back. In fact, they have their chance, but here's the final call.
Wembanyama screen on the left with three. Wemby, far elbow, catch and shoot, missed it off the back rim, and the Knicks survive. An instant classic in San Antonio. New York takes two in Texas, and they've got a 2-0 lead in the NBA Finals.
It's always like anything, Dave. It's how you look at things. Obviously, we look at the result. It's 2-0 New York. The Spurs are a play or two away from maybe it being 2-0 Spurs. Problem is it's not, and they got a big hill to climb.
Yeah, they do, and we're going to talk later. You didn't hear in the highlights; you just saw the cleanup there. We'll address this more in 3 for Madness. But Victor Wembanyama, for all his, they're already talking about him if he plays relatively healthy. Greatest of all time conversations. Like, the guy is so far ahead of schedule. He is the alien. We've never seen anything like him. But that was a massive blunder at the end of the game, passing the ball. And it was one of those where Castle's doing what he should be doing. He's turning around and busting his ass down the floor. But he just happened to turn as Wemby let go of the pass. It hits Castle in the back. Brunson gets it. Of course, it was contact, but it looked like he got hit by a Mack truck. And they take the lead. That we know what it sounded like here. Chris, I'm curious as to what it sounded like in France.
Brunson, attention, face à Victor Wembanyama, il va se lever à 2 points.
Bonne défense de Victor.
Oh, il va rester 13 secondes.
Hey, il n'a pas vu.
Stéphane Cassel.
Ils ont la balle, non?
Et non.
Il y a faute.
Eh oui, il y a faute.
Il y a faute de Victor.
Oui, il y a faute de Victor.
Okay, I don't know French, but did it sound to me like they were blaming Stephon Castle?
I don't know. I couldn't tell.
No, because I'll have Chris play it again here in a second. Like, all this, you can hear that they got the rebound. They're super excited. And then the pass happens and you hear the French guys freak out. And I swear the one play-by-play French guy was like, oh, Stephon Castle. Like it's on him. Play it again, would you, Chris, please?
Brunson, attention, face à Victor Wembanyama, il va se lever à 2 points.
Bonne défense de Victor.
Oh, il va rester 13 secondes.
Il n'a pas vu.
Stéphane Cassel.
Ils ont la balle, non?
Et non.
Il y a faute.
Eh oui, il y a faute.
Il y a faute de Victor.
Oui, il y a faute de Victor.
Now, I don't know. Maybe they were cleaning it up at the end because you hear him talking about Victor. But I know the French are going to be homers. That's fine. But in the end, it was Wembanyama that surrendered the possession to Jalen Brunson, and And that's where we're at. So look, doesn't matter, dude. You can look at that one play, and they are, and that's standing out. But Jason, ultimately, they had a nice lead. They lost the nice lead. They fought back in the end. And if you're a Spurs fan, if you're rooting for the Spurs in this, whatever, or if you're just trying to analyze the series, I think the only bright side you could possibly have if you're San Antonio is going, okay, did we figure something out at the end of that fourth quarter? Was it just a game of runs and the Knicks went cold and we got hot? Or did we figure something out schematically that we can carry over into game 3?
Yeah, because look, we always say, like, if you lose by 1, if you lose by 30, it's still a loss. But I got to believe, as down as the Spurs should feel, I think now that, there's an extra day for travel, that they've had some time to regroup, I think they would go, look, we lost by 1. Look at the mistakes just at the end of the game we made. I mean, they could look at anything else. Or even with the mistake. I mean, that was a very makeable final shot by Wembanyama. He missed it. I mean, it wasn't a bad shot. It was the right play. Like, I had no issue with it. He just missed it. Like, that was when you go, well, we got a good look. So if that goes in, we all feel differently at 1-1. If they win tonight, 2-1, like, you just feel different. You just have to kind of get one. That's what my thought would be if I'm the Spurs. But if that other game had ended the way it was going, where the Knicks were up by like 14 and let's say they win by like 12, I'd just be like, this thing might be over now, like right away. I think the Spurs have to feel like, look, we have not played our best. We are right there, and we can still win this thing, even if maybe they can't, but they should feel that way.
I think, and we got to go to break here, I think I like to break everything down generally. I think everybody can understand it in Rocky IV form, if you will.
Yeah.
The Spurs need their right hook to cut Ivan Drago moment. Like they're getting Drago'd right now, and the Knicks have won 13 straight games in the playoffs. Kind of to your point, if they can get one win, if they can just cut Drago, if they can go back to the corner, and if Apollo Creed's trainer can say they're not a machine, they're men,
right?
And they get the chill scene with the Rocky music going, maybe we see something special. But right now, what we're trending towards is the Knicks going down as one of the all-time great playoff teams in history. And ask yourself if you had that on your bingo card back in March.
Right.
No, really, I was hoping could you guys all ask yourselves that for just a quick set?
I don't have a bingo card.
You have did you have the Knicks being all amazing in the playoffs on that card? Can you check?
I'll check if I find the card.
Well, and it counts the free space too. So like if you just had like 4 of them on either side, then that counts.
Yeah.
So yeah, do that during the break, and then when we come back, Jason, what we will do is talk about the weekend in sports. What I like to call the other things, including some golf. Is that UFC at the White House even going to happen? Somebody doesn't want it to happen. And the French Open. Did you even notice about the French Open this weekend? And did anyone other than Jason notice what was going on? We'll be right back. Hey, right after this.
The X Games are coming to Sacramento. Join Kayla Anderson at Sactown Sports 1140 at Cal Expo Center from June 26th through the 28th to watch the top action sports athletes in the world go head-to-head with 3 days of high-octane competition, BMX, skateboarding, and Moto X, plus live music from global electronic music icon Cascade, Grammy-winning producer Artist Mustard, and DJ Subtronics. Get your tickets today at xgames.com. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento, get ready because the Fasteners Inc. Super Sale is back Friday, June 12th and Saturday, June 13th. Stop by Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road for crazy deals on DeWalt products. We're talking all of the lowest prices in Sacramento on bare tools, tool products, batteries, lasers, hand tools, outdoor power equipment, and so much more. Again, this DeWalt sale event will be June 12th from 7 till 5:30 and June 13th from 9 till 3 p.m. at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road. Visit fastenersinc.net for more info.
Injured and you're considering an LA law firm looking to charge you 45% to 50% in attorney's fees? That's overcharging. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years, and I can tell you no matter how complicated your injury case, you should never be charged 45% or 50% in attorney's fees ever. Direct, experienced, unrelenting, and honest local representation matters. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton & Price serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries. So for the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, June 13th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Liberty Mutual customize this song for you. Like your car insurance, it's custom too, yeah. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save you money. Thanks to Doug and Limu, well now you can go and take that cruise. Liberty, 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 yeah.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it'd go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sactown Sports.
Always nice to hear REM on a Monday. Carmichael Dave. Jason Ross. Christopher Lloyd behind the glass, and we're so happy you're with us. 1-800-920-1140. By the way, that is your phone line if you wish to call. 916-339 E1140 is where you can text us as well. Hello to everybody in the chat. Hi, and hey, how are you? Let's start with the UFC going on at the White House. Now, look, we're going to have a couple conversations today about the White House and the person in the White House. And it's, again, I would just like to say, and I'll do this disclaimer every time because, you know, we've done this before, you know, that meaning radio broadcasts, and I'm aware of the world we live in. You can't inherently do that without it being political, but it intersects with sports. I would like for everybody to try to keep this to sports only. And regardless of how you may be a fan or not of anything going on politically, this is just about sports. The UFC at the White House on its own, I just in a vacuum, as somebody who's covered this sport practically since its inception, it's insane. It's amazing to think about. I was talking to another longtime MMA journalist a week ago about this. To think about where the sport was in this millennium, like not 50 years ago or whatever, you know, to think about where it was in 2008. And if you had told anyone back when the late John McCain was saying it was backroom brawling and human cockfighting, and you had people trying to outlaw it completely who just, I say this not necessarily as an insult, just a fact. We're just ignorant to the sport. They just did not understand that it's inherently safer than boxing. It's actually an elevated form of combat sport. And they had to be a traveling circus for a long time. And what I mean by that, Jason, is they, it wasn't easy for them to secure places to do their shows.
Right.
A lot of states and a lot of municipalities didn't want to be a part of that. And to be, again, calling balls and strikes back when the UFC was embattled, back when it was very difficult to put a show on for Dana White and the rest of that crew there. One of the people that provided an outlet at his properties was Donald Trump. That is just an absolute fact. Trump has long been a sports fan, specifically boxing and then MMA, and that was way back. So had you told us that one day they would be doing a fight, a fight card at the White House, whether you think that's an appropriate thing for the White House to do or not, I'm just saying. I'm just saying that would have been insane to think about 14, 13 years ago. But now somebody is suing. I won't get into the gist of the lawsuit, but the nuts and bolts of it, Jason, is basically they're saying that it's violating. There's certain rules on things you can do effectively at national parks, which is what this is. What monies can and can't be made, who can make different monies, this, that, whatever. I'm not a legal scholar. I don't know if they have a case or not. I imagine this thing will go through, perhaps maybe with an adjustment here and there for where some money goes. I don't know. They'll figure it out, but we're about to have a fight at the White House, a number of them, by the way, and that is going to be a spectacle.
Yeah, I mean, look, when you already put the caveat out there, it's hard to separate politics from this, but I think just the premise of it being at the White House, I would say in one spectrum of it is really kind of cool, but it's also, there are questions like why, but that's okay. I mean, there are different venues for a lot of different things we've seen over time.
Yeah, we've seen, college basketball on aircraft carriers. Yep. We've seen, and I know this isn't apples to apples, but it is interesting. I without trying to take sides and without trying to proact one side or the other, it is kind of wienery that they're like a week before the thing, and now you file the lawsuit a month. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the lawsuit has a ton of merit, and maybe it shouldn't be there. Maybe legally they have a case, but I don't know. File it a month ago, dude. You've known it's gonna be there, right? And I'm not talking about the president or Dana White, whatever. I'm talking about the people that have bought plane tickets and hotel rooms and have already committed that. And those are the people I feel for. If this thing didn't go on, those are the people that I feel for. And they bought tickets and they want to see the spectacle, and they've spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to make this pilgrimage to go see this air quotes once in a lifetime event, which by the way, it is so far once in a lifetime. Don't screw them over. Anyways, the French Open over the weekend, Sasha Zverev and Mira Andreeva. And yes, I watched video on both of them this morning to make sure I got the pronunciations right. Yeah, thank you. They are your men's and women's respectively. I almost said respectfully. French Open champs. Jason, I've asked you this before. Yeah, a lot of France in the news right now. As somebody who grew up in the early days of, I caught the end of McEnroe and Connor, Jimmy Connors, excuse me, Yvonne Lendl, and then moving on to Agassi and Sampras and Michael Chang and Steffi Graf, Martina before her, Monica Seles, and then really, I don't know what it was, man, but I want to say the next generation, which was kind of your Federer. Yeah. And then I don't know. when you got to Nadal and Djokovic, that's kind of where the slide started for me. Not that I don't like them or respect the hell out of them. By the way, the Williams sisters, hello. Has tennis changed? Has viewership here changed? I look for numbers. They're kind of spotty. And sometimes you think because something happened with you, it's happening to everybody. And I want to make sure I'm not doing that. Like, do you find yourself, as somebody who is a tennis fan, do you find yourself having your tennis viewing habits changed over the years? Are you still as strong as you ever were?
No, I think I'm less for sure. I think those names you mentioned were such great draws, such great players. There's still some of them around, like Djokovic, and there's others coming up, but I don't know that they're fully. Like Alcaraz is really good. Sinner's really good. They were both.
Yeah.
I think Alcaraz was either hurt and then Sinner got knocked out early. But yeah, I just think we need some more draw. You know, like when Coco Gauff won the U.S. Open a couple years, that was great. I just think we need a few more stories like that to me. But yeah, personally, it's dropped. I did not watch the finals of the French Open. I just kind of went past me. It wasn't as much drawn into it.
And I think we talked about this maybe a week ago, ranking the majors.
Yeah.
You know, you said it right. Australian. I wonder if part of why we would have the Australian at the bottom is the time difference. I don't know. It's just I've never gotten into it, not once. And then the French, like, I don't know. The whole clay thing is weird to me. I don't know. And I still like what? Say that again. Oh, I guess it's just. It seems like I feel like playing on clay. I feel like the French Open, and I'm going to try to make this work, about two sports, one of which I barely know anything about. I feel like the French Open to tennis is like a road course to NASCAR, where you still respect it, but like they're almost different sports, if you will, versus grass versus, you know, whatever the other surfaces are. And then Wimbledon and the U.S. Open are still pretty fun, but I don't know, man. I'd love to see. I need to see somebody do a think piece on where are the days of Agassi and Chang and Sellis and the Williams sisters, or are we there and we're just doing the, you know, I like that old time rock and roll old man stuff. We'll take a break when we come back as we move on. Wow, first hour already gone. Jason, I feel like it flew by.
I agree.
3 for madness. Knicks are up 2-0, but how's the series been so far? Do we call Wemby's moment in game 2 a Buckner moment? You know what I mean by that. And where would the Knicks place all time if they saw this thing completely through as they have been? We'll talk about that and much, much more. Hey, right after this.
The top young talent in the NBA is headed to Sacramento this summer for the 8th annual California Classic presented by Ticketmaster. The Kings will host the Milwaukee Bucks, Brooklyn Nets, and Golden State Warriors in a preseason showcase that's sure to bring more fireworks to your 4th of July weekend. 3-day general admission passes for July 4th, 5th, and 6th are available now. Visit kings.com/California Classic for details.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good?
Sound Styles. With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples, all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh, no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 30% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/beat. That's ethos.com/beat. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. 3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right. A lot of shows still coming for you later today. Including, we'll get to it at, told you there's going to be a couple of these today, 7:28, bottom of the hour, game 3 tonight, and how it may stand to be, it could be one of the biggest all-time jinxes in modern day history. Also at 7:43, a lot has been talked about Scott Perry and Darius Acuff and how there's some background there between the two of them. We've got audio when Draymond Green actually asked Acuff about that. So we'll get to that momentarily. Also, guys, I wanted to mention this. Yesterday afternoon, had the TV on, And Chris, can you grab the camera, please? And they had some reruns of the Ocho. And I got to tell you, dude, I had seen the corgi races before, and those are give me corgi races all day. I'll bet that you know what
over wiener races.
I corgi races, wiener races, as long as it's not. I don't care about greyhound or any. I want to see like the one I really want to see is French bulldog races, but but I think you might actually kill a couple French bulldogs because they can barely breathe. But give me like alternate. I am here for the alternate dog races. And by alternate dog, I mean non-racing dogs. So corgi, wiener dog, Chihuahua, French bulldog. Those are so entertaining. Now, I'd also seen this once before, barely, but have you guys ever seen the auctioneer off they have where they have a bunch of auctioneer here and they have like, oh my goodness gracious, man. They have like 20 categories they judge these guys on. They have like a stunt guy. Yes, the swimsuit competition is huge, and these guys look exactly like the type of people you'd want to see in a swimsuit. They have like stunt guys out in the audience so that when they're doing the hair and then somebody be like, oh, like they're bidding, they're like, oh, they're over there, this and it's like they show their profile photo and they all look like driver's license photos. It's really weird, the production behind this thing. Okay. Then they had this thing called donk toss. Have you heard of donk toss? No, you haven't. Donk toss is basically, imagine you're on the floor, the gaming arena. There's like a bullseye about 10 feet in front of you. And you have this giant blow up donkey that you flip. And I don't even know how it works, but I think the point is to try to get it all the way in or some of the way in the bullseye on its feet. And then they award points, and they all have weird names. Like one of the ladies competing her name was Melanie. I think it was Melanie Felony. And she was competing against like G-Boz, this dude, and apparently they were married or dating or something. So there's a romance there. If you look up donk toss. So I'd never heard of that one or seen it, and I still don't understand it.
Was it badonk toss or just donk toss?
Not badonk toss, not badonk toss. It was donk toss. And then the one that really got me, Jason. First off, because I wish this had been around when we were kids. But it was the official bubble blowing contest for not like bubbles out of the bottle. Like it was sponsored by Big League Chew. And you have all these kids, and I don't know if it's open to adults or not, but the one I saw was all kids. And like this one kid's name, I'm not joking, dude. It was like Harry Ass Muncher. It wasn't Harry, but it was like Billy. His last name was like Ass Muncher. You knew he got bullied, dude. Poor kid. And he gets up there to go blow the bubble. And then there's some lady with these cardboard looking scissor type things. And she opens it so that she can measure as the bubble gets bigger how big the bubble is. It did not look like it was accurate at all. But then this one kid gets up and he's wearing a baseball cap with a GoPro on top. So this kid's obviously trying to content YouTube and all that crap, right? But his bubble kept hitting his GoPro on his brim of his hat and popping. And so it prevented. Anyways, here's the bottom line about this. All these kids were horrible at this. Like, and I don't know if it's because they were nervous or they'd been chewing the gum too long. And gum, as you know, has to be at the right consistency and moisture to get the ultimate bubble. But like you had one kid, you get 3 chances. You had one kid, I swear to God, dude, the biggest bubble he had was maybe as wide as your fingertip, and it just kept popping. These kids were choking so bad. I felt terrible for him. And then the guy, you remember Big League Chew and blowing a bubble.
Of course.
You could get the bubble so big they'd pop and cover your forehead.
Mm-hmm.
The kid that won, dude, maybe 2 inches across, 2 inches in diameter. Like That's your champion bubble gummy blower. So I don't know. You're putting the kids in a bad spot. It was terrible.
Could you ever blow a bubble inside a bubble? Did you ever execute that?
Hold on. Yes, I know exactly. I did do it in my head. I wasn't good at that. I also couldn't do the cherry stem thing either.
Oh, yeah.
But you could do that?
Yeah.
Big League Chew, the best overall gum for when you're a kid?
No.
Bubblicious?
What?
Or Hubba Bubba?
Because Big League Chew, it felt like it was great for 25 seconds.
No, Big League Chew is the In-N-Out French fries of chewing gum. There's no doubt about that. The flavor was great. I loved the idea of an entire gum being created and marketed to kids so they could feel like they were chewing tobacco.
Great idea.
Super idea. What was the one that you'd bite into and it'd squirt in your mouth? Was it
Gushers?
Not Gushers. But isn't that the gummy candy? I thought there was one that had like this blue or green goo in it or something. Hubba Bubba and Bubblicious were great. Watermelon Bubblicious was my jam, or grape. I'm trying to think if we're forgetting, because you have your Dentine, your Tridents, your Juicy Fruit, your Big Red. Those are your starting four, but those are your everyday gums. I'm talking about little kid gum when you're playing home run derby at the park. I'd have a wad of Big League Chew, dude.
Bazooka.
Great call on Bazooka, but I had a bunch of Bazooka as a kid, but also I don't know how great of it. I feel like Bazooka was just not far removed from the Topps baseball card gum sticks that you'd eat even though they were there for 5 years.
I think it's Freshen Up.
That does sound familiar. White with some sort of goo on in the middle. Yeah.
Goo.
And then lastly, speaking of things marketed to kids to try to get them to consume tobacco, did you guys ever carry around a pouch of beef jerky?
No.
Okay. So you know what like a can of Copenhagen or chewing tobacco looks like,
yes.
right? Like you can get, okay. So imagine exactly that, except plastic instead of cardboard or whatever the other ones are. And you open it up and you take a pinch and you put it between your cheek and gums. Exactly, Jason. But instead of it being tobacco, it is brown, but it's like super fine, dry shavings of beef jerky.
No thanks.
Really? Man, that stuff
was good.
Awesome. Yeah, look, it was. I'm not saying I'd want to, eat it now, but yeah, it tastes like beef jerky. Like basically, imagine chewing tobacco, but instead of it tasting disgusting, it was beef jerky flavor. You just had beef jerky. See, but the best part was it was like Big League Chew, right? You roll around, and I don't think this is a thing anymore, but back when I was a kid, man, like Will Clark, who later said when I asked him he was not a tobacco chewer, which I think he might be not being honest about. But Will would chew gum. He would blow bubbles at first base. And Will would always, it's the squirrel cheeks. He'd always have a squirrel cheek of gum or whatever it is. And then you'd also see like some baseball players, they'd have that chew in underneath their lips. So we'd walk around playing home run derby or little league or whatever, man. And we wanted to look like the big boys. And you get some beef jerky chew and you're somebody out there, I guarantee remembers what I'm talking about. You'd spit just like the big leaguers do, because, nothing like.
You wanted to be them.
You wanted to be like them. All right. 3 for Mandis. Question 1, please.
Even though the Knicks are up 2-0, has this been an entertaining final so far?
I think it has. I really do. I think it's been about as entertaining of a 0-2 finals as you can have, especially 0-2 on the road. The first game, even though you look at it and you go, oh well, I mean that was it seemed like a pretty not I wouldn't say easy win, but when you look at it's a 10-point win, it's a double-digit win for the Knicks. But if you saw the game, and I'm sure you did, you're missing all the drama in between and the back and forth and the lead changes and the fact that the Knicks got a win on the road over a team that was pretty decently favored to beat them in the finals. And then, of course, game 2 was just a slugfest that they ended up winning. I think it's been incredibly entertaining.
Absolutely. Look, game 1, the Spurs led with 2 minutes to go. Mm-hmm. And then that was the 10-0, 11-0 run by the Knicks to end the game. Last game, the Spurs had the lead late again. It just, the ability for this to go back and forth, the double-digit comebacks, the drama it's had, the good play, the rough play at I think it's been great. I know it's 2-0. It may not feel like it's been as balanced, but I think it's been really close. The Knicks have won by 1 in this last game, and we had a last-second shot. And had Wembanyama's shot gone in, Dave, I think that's one of those things like, is this one of the shots of his career that, if his career goes the way it looks to be going, this will be one that would be referenced for a long, long time, like the first big breakthrough on a huge stage game winner. That would have been massive. He missed it, but look, he was in the right spot, just happened to miss the shot. So I think it's been a good series.
Should I check in on the chat, see what they're saying, Jason?
Okay.
Tunnel Vision 5 says, get Keegan out of Sacramento. Says, put that out there. And then Logical Raptors Fanatic, who I've seen in the chat many times, says, the West is overrated.
Okay.
First off, no bias there, Logical Raptors Fanatic. Also, stop it. Stop it, please. Stop. Do not start that narrative, please.
Why?
That the West is overrated?
Yeah.
Because then I'm going to come back with, and of course you can't have nuance in the conversation. I'm going to say, look, dude, the Knicks deserve, if they end up winning these finals, the Knicks deserve it. They're the world champions. No ifs, ands, or buts. But if you honestly think the Spurs didn't have something taken out of them playing against the Thunder or vice versa, you're tripping.
Okay.
The West isn't overrated. Maybe the East is a little bit underrated, but also styles make fights too.
Yeah.
How many times have we seen in boxing or MMA, and I know it's apples and oranges a little bit here, but you'll see a guy beat the hell out of everybody, and then he faces this one guy he can't figure out. The Knicks are a phenomenal team to play against San Antonio, but I don't think that makes the entire conference overrated. Like, tripping. Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Wemby made a huge mistake at the end of Game 2. Other than J.R. Smith, can you recall any other, quote, Buckner moments like that?
Yeah, Bill Buckner. We talk about that unfortunate play. Red Sox versus Mets in the World Series. I think it was, Game 6? Ray Knight scoring. I don't. Do we really even everybody remembers J.R. Smith, Jason?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I feel like a lot of people remember that play less for what J.R. Smith did and more for the LeBron James meme with his arms out.
Right.
I honestly do. I don't know that we have the same, like, baseball for some reason, whether it's Bartman or Buckner or what's Chris's favorite
Merkel's
one?
Boner.
Merkel's Boner. Yeah. They have those a lot more. Jimmy Pearsall, not really a mistake, but running around the bases backwards. That's because he was a nut job. I don't know that you certainly have mistakes in the NBA, but I don't know that a ton come to mind. But that was certainly not just, as you mentioned earlier, Jason, not just that play, which was just a horrible gathering of bad timing. But then, as you said, Wemby had a wide open shot, as good a shot. He's made about 200 more difficult shots in the playoffs than that one. And nobody be talking about this, and the Spurs and the Knicks would be 1-1, but that ain't happening.
Yeah, I'm thinking of, I don't know if this would classify as a Buckner moment, but I think of Nick Anderson in the finals missing 2 free throws that were, or maybe even 4. I can't remember. There's like 2 different times where he missed huge free throws for the Magic way back when they played the Rockets. It kind of seemed to change the complexion of that series early on. But yeah, look, it was a mistake. They're not there without Wemby. Everybody makes mistakes. I don't know if it gets overplayed, but it was a huge factor in the outcome of the game, so it's hard to ignore. The funny thing is, I wonder if Wembanyama makes the shot and it's 1-1, if there's talk. I mean, Brunson made 1 of 2 free throws there. Like, that's.
Yep.
I'm sure he'd be be frustrated with himself. Like, I got to make those free throws. He made 1 of 2. At worst, it would have been a tie game. But that's the way it all fell out. And, here are the Knicks halfway there to a title.
That's one thing. That's one of the things that's so great about sports, Jason. When Brunson missed that free throw and they get the rebound and they're coming down the floor, especially when you look at the run the Spurs were on, I'm thinking that we are about to get an amazing ending. What a comeback for the Spurs. And that ain't how it works.
Right.
And you saw that play. Do the Spurs consider moving Wemby in the offseason if they lose?
I think the Kings would listen to an offer.
Mm-hmm.
I hope
would
they
you
would.
Would you trade the 7 and
yes.
Let's say Domas?
Yes.
That's not too much?
Nope.
Okay. Well, Jason Ross does not like Sabonis. Number 3, please.
Question 3.
If the Knicks were to sweep the Spurs, they'd end the year on a 15-game winning streak. Where would that place them all-time, in your opinion?
I don't know if we're ever going to talk about this Knicks team as an all-time great team when you're talking about, obviously the Bulls, the Warriors, hell, even last year's Thunder. But playoff-wise, you end the year on a 15. It's not, look, 15-game winning streak is insane in the regular season. As a matter of fact, Chris, would you mind checking real quick? What was the longest winning streak in the NBA this year? And I don't think it was 15. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, wait. The Thunder started out close to that, I think. So
16.
16. Well, that was the Thunder?
Yeah, and Detroit had 13. Thunder had 12. Spurs had 11.
So the Knicks tonight could win their 14th in a row. And by the way, there's no Sacramento Kings, Brooklyn Nets, Utah Jazz, Washington Wizards on that schedule. You are not only, there's no 6-game home court advantage, homestand, excuse me. You're playing literally the best teams in the NBA. And you've still won 13 in a row. And by the way, Jason, I was doing some math, which is always a problem. All right. The Knicks beat the Hawks so badly in that series, yet they lost 2 games.
Right.
They lost both those games by a point. They're 4 points away from being undefeated in the playoffs. And if you remember, they won that last game by 51 in Atlanta. They won the game before. That would be a combined 80-point differential. They won the one before that by 16. That's 96. And then they won game 1 by 11. That's their 4 wins came with a combined 107-point differential. That is insane to think about. They're on a generational run right now.
It's ridiculous to see how good they've become and how hot they are. I think their confidence is at an all-time high. They came in as underdogs. They're now the favorite to win this thing. And, yeah, whether you say, oh, well, they didn't play anybody in the East, that's fine. I mean, you could say that. I think they did, but that's fine. They got through it, and here they are taking on a team that got through the more difficult West, and they've played them really well. They've got a good balance of – I think it's just a really good makeup. It's a good roster, and if you're talking about where would they rank all time, I think to me it would be just one of those great playoff runs of all time. They didn't have the best record during the season. They weren't the 1 seed. I think you kind of have to pair a great regular season with a great playoff run to be considered one of the great teams, or you do this for a couple of years. Like if the Knicks won this one and won a couple more, then you're like, wait, I didn't realize they were this kind of team, but then they become that team. So I don't think they're anything right now but a team that's the hot hottest at the right time and having one of the great all-time playoff runs is how I would qualify them.
I think if they do sweep the Spurs, I think it'll go down as they're the second most dominant. They're the second best playoff team of all time. The Warriors did win 15 in a row. Right. The Warriors ended up they were 16-1. They were the one loss against the Cavs away from going undefeated. There's literally only one way to beat that, and that's by going undefeated throughout. The Knicks currently have the second longest winning streak in NBA playoff history.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if they were to end up, what would it be, 15-2? That would make them the second most dominant, and I think that's fair.
Yeah, and I think, for example, this year, the Thunder, this was their third straight year as a 1 seed with the best record in basketball, and they won the title last year. If they backed it up with another title this year, which obviously they didn't, I think we would have been talking about them in that realm of like, man, how is this a dynasty? How great is this team? How many can they win? And in that 3-year run, they've won 1, which every organization would take. But when you've had the best record for 3 straight years and you made the finals once and you won it, that's great. Yeah. But I wonder if they feel a little bit underachieving in a way, which is crazy to say about the Thunder.
Especially when you consider the fact that the Spurs are actually younger than they are.
Right.
Like that this could end up being one of the, it's almost like, thank God for them, they got that ring.
Yes. And 7, right? It was that fragile too.
Yep, exactly. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll try to have this conversation here without it getting out of hand. But the President of the United States, as we spoke on last week, will attend Game 3 tonight. I got major problems with this on several levels. Let's have that conversation. Everybody be nice, please. We'll do that next.
The top young talent in the NBA is headed to Sacramento this summer for the 8th annual California Classic presented by Ticketmaster. The Kings will host the Milwaukee Bucks, Brooklyn Nets, and Golden State Warriors in a preseason showcase that's sure to bring more fireworks to your 4th of July weekend. 3-day general admission passes for July 4th, 5th, and 6th are available now. Visit kings.com/California Classic for details.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA3 Weather Center. It is Monday, kicking off a new work week with a few clouds. Expect to have partly cloudy skies for the afternoon. Temperatures a touch cooler. Our highs today peak in the lower 80s with a steady southwest breeze developing tonight into Tuesday. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Whoa, what's all this? These screens, the food?
All for the game, bro.
Dude, let us pitch in.
No need. I've got it all covered. With T-Mobile, I'm saving $1,000 bundling my wireless and internet.
No way. Really?
Yep, and the price of my plan won't change for 5 years.
Wow, I'm definitely switching to T-Mobile.
Goal!
Here's to score big with T-Mobile. Families save up to $1,000 a year when they bundle fast, easy to set up, all-in 5G home internet with 4 phone lines on Experience Beyond. And your plan price? Guaranteed for 5 years. Stay connected con tu gente and catch every match with T-Mobile. Join now at T-Mobile.com.
Price guarantee on talk, tax, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits may take up to 2 bill cycles and will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
It's a hot spot on your dog's leg that the internet says you can treat it at home. You're not sure though, 'cause now it's oozing.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Ooh, he's licking it. Super gross, dude.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Sacramento. Get ready because the Fasteners Inc. Super Sale is back on Friday, June 12th and Saturday, June 13th. Stop by Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power in Road for crazy deals on Milwaukee tools. We're talking 20% off all Milwaukee Packout, hand tools, and tool accessories. Free goods and dollars off your order and certain spend amounts. And overall insane deals on Milwaukee batteries and Bear tools again. June 12th from 7 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. and June 13th from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet. Visit fastenersinc.net for more info.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, June 13th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies. All sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
It's time for your Sactown Soccer Report. Powered by Sac Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District.
This week's key matches include Mexico versus South Africa, USA versus Paraguay, Brazil versus Morocco, and Netherlands versus Japan.
In soccer, defense wins championships. At home, defense stops mosquitoes. Train standing water. That's your backline. Dress with sleeves and defend with repellent. That's your keeper. Keep your doors and screens tight. That's your shutout. Sac Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District. More tips at fightthebite.net.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Welcome back. That's Rush. Yeah, Chris, you sent me that link during the break. I saw a lot of Rush performing over the weekend. Clips are out, and it's funny because a lot of times you see bands. Jason, I was listening to. I had some music on over the weekend, and I was listening to Bob Seger, Old Time Rock and Roll.
Oh yeah,
great song. And
I pay my taxes.
If you don't know the song, and I'm sure you do, but it's, you know, he's saying today's music ain't got the same soul. Give me that old time rock and roll, blah blah blah. You know, it basically is kind of what Chris just did. Like, old man, you know, hey, it's not. And I looked it up just to be sure. He released the song in 1978.
Wow.
So like Bob Seger was saying in 1978 that the music coming out in that era, not even getting to everything like Metallica hadn't even started yet, and you know, much less all the bands of the 80s, the grunge movement in the 90s.
No Millie or Vanilli.
No Millie nor any Vanilli. And I find myself saying often to self, I go self. And by the way, this isn't an opinion. This is just an abject fact. Like, rock is at best the third. Is in third place right now behind hip hop, R&B, and country. Like, it just. What do you mean?
Are you not counting yacht rock?
I mean, but that's the. There's no new and this is always where anytime I say this, somebody pops up and is like, "Have you heard of Mary's Puffins? They've been putting out great stuff for years." No, I'm talking about like mainstream new rock and roll. Not a lot, dude. Or just rock. I don't know, rock and roll, but
the Ist are always killing it.
Who?
The Ist. You don't know the Ist?
I don't, but I'm sure they're amazing and super, whatever. But what do we have? I mean, honestly, some people don't even think, they wouldn't even qualify Coldplay as rock. But what, Coldplay and Foo Fighters are what, probably your two bands that are still putting out new. I mean,
one of the biggest tours last year was a rock band.
Oasis, but what has Oasis done lately? New. I'm talking about not your old stuff. There's plenty of that. I'm talking about who's putting out where's the new rock album that comes out and is showing up on the charts and this new band is changing the face of whatever on Rolling Stone and blah, blah, blah. It almost is non-existent and has been non-existent for the better part of the last decade. And some ass is going to come at me with Greta Van Fleet. Fine. But also, what are they doing mainstream? And so my point is, Bob Seger had that issue in 1978. And sometimes I wonder if that's just every generation, well, blames the one before, but that's Michael Mechanics. Is that just a go-to thing? Like every generation is like, today's music stinks.
Yes.
And then my kids in 25 years are going to be like, well, today's music stinks. Where's 21 Pilots and the Baby? Hello.
Hi.
There will be a lot of old school music, specifically The Who at the beginning of every UFC pay-per-view broadcast. That will be going on for the UFC at the White House. We talked about that earlier, okay? But there is more of an intersection coming with sports, and that's coming tonight. Now, again, can we please just talk about this in a vacuum? Whether you're a fan or not of the politics of the president, God bless you. There is no denying, it is not arguable that Donald Trump has been a sports fan and has been intertwined in sports for a long, long time. And him being a native New Yorker, whether you want to argue he's a Johnny-come-lately or not, he's been at many Knicks games in the past. He wants to go to the debut of the finals at Madison Square Garden for this season. So he will be in attendance. It was announced a week ago at Game 3. And I got to think somebody probably brought this up. But I also got to think his PR people are going insane. This is such a lose-lose for so many reasons, Jason. It's such a lose-lose. First and foremost, the tickets to get into Madison Square Garden, you can't get in, or at least you couldn't as of a couple of days ago, for under $10,000. Like the all-time it's insane. So you've already priced out. The the blue collar fan. Let's not even talk about that. But now you've got, and if you've ever been to or you're aware of Madison Square Garden, where it's not like it's in a field like Arco Arena. You're in Midtown Manhattan, surrounded by a ton of stuff. It's already a nightmare to get in and out of, even with the train system and everything. Now you have just like quadrupled the security situation. So they're telling people to arrive 3 hours early tonight because they will have TSA style security. Also, normally you can bring in, and this primarily falls to the fans who happen to be of the fair sex, will bring in a clear not a purse, but so you can see through the thing. Like you can do that at pretty much every arena to bring your stuff in. And there are actual reasons why that's important, as I have learned when there was a thing with a concert here at Golden One Center a while back where at the last minute they changed the policy or something, and I was like, what's the big deal? And then I had a lot of women in my mentions educating me that it is actually a big deal to some women for reasons exclusive to them, and I completely understand that. But whether you're a male or a female bringing this stuff in, you're no longer allowed to do that. You can't do that at all. And they made sure to say there's no storage for it. So meaning you will have a non-zero amount of people that are going to commute in and show up with their little see-through packages that they've brought in before, and they're basically going to have to either not go to the game or throw them away. Is it their fault for not reading? Is it their fault for not looking? You could certainly make that argument, but it's going to be, it's going to piss a lot of people off. That being said, it's going to be an absolute nightmare getting in and out of that place. But I don't even know, Jason, if that's the thing I have the biggest issue with.
Okay.
You're the president of the United States. You want to go see your team, the Knicks, play in the finals in New York. Now, on the surface, that sounds completely understandable. But the Knicks are on a 13-game winning streak. They are up 2-0 in the series and have won both games in San Antonio. If they lose tonight to the Spurs, and by the way, if they were to lose to the Spurs tonight and the Spurs somehow were able to defy all odds and come back and win this series, his name will be attacked. Like, this will go down in the history of greatest sports jinxes of all time. I'm talking about
single
Boston.
thing that every fan does at home or at the stadium makes a direct impact in the game.
This isn't abject. This is a fact. So
It's
when
a
you have
fact.
it is an absolute fact. Knicks fans, regardless. I mean, of course, there's going to be a large segment of Knicks fans that aren't a fan of the president. It wouldn't matter who the president was. You're always going to have, 45% feel this way, 45% feel that way, and 10% whatever. But you're going to get people crossing the aisle. They're like, yeah, whatever politics, dude, you jinxed us. I just don't see the win from a PR. I feel like there's 90 different things that can go wrong with this and far less that can go right with this. And the move would be to be like, hey, you know what? I've decided to watch it at the White House or wherever. It's making it way too crazy for people. I almost forgot, Jason. MSG announced yesterday that they're canceling all watch parties within a radius of Madison Square Garden. So now the people that can't get in, well, maybe they just wanted to go and be with other Knicks fans near the arena and go crazy, like you see a lot of times. There
might be a fix for that.
Huh?
The mayor just announced that they're going to have a 5,000 person watch party at Bryant Park in New York.
So that'll be, which is a great idea. So there will be off-site watch parties, and I'm sure those will be great. But how many times do we love? Do we see the gatherings? Outside. Like Toronto always comes to mind. I'm sure Golden One Center would have that as well.
Well, the Knicks have had them. They've had great ones when they're in San Antonio. But let me ask you this: as the someone that thinks about jinxes far more than most.
Yeah.
If there was a late scratch tonight from the president or from his group, they laid out all the things you did, like, look, where's the win, blah, 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 blah. And then he doesn't go.
Mm-hmm.
And they lose.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't this, tell me about the jinx there. Why is it just assumed it's a jinx if he went to the game?
Well, I would say this. He hasn't been to the first two games.
Yep.
I don't believe he's been to any of the 13 wins.
I don't think so either.
And they're undefeated.
Yeah.
So if he weren't to go tonight, and hell, man, I'd even say and I don't want to be a jinx. Then I don't think the jinx applies because he's sticking with karma and the jinx world.
What if he left when they were ahead?
And they came back and won?
No, if they were, the Spurs came back and won.
Beyond the ultimate jinx.
But he went to the game.
The jinxiest. Then you left. Or
what are the jinx rules?
Because that's a whole different Donahue, man. Because that is a cardinal sin. If you leave before, if you leave either way, if you leave when your team's down and they come back and win, it's like LOL. But if you leave when they're up and the other team comes back, that's like a triple dog jinx.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just don't do it, man. Just say no. We'll see. We will see. We'll take a break. When we come back, Darius Acuff and Scott Perry got connections. We've talked about that, but never heard Darius Acuff himself talk about that. Draymond Green, of all people, got the audio. We'll play that and talk about it next.
Are the 2026 Sacramento Kings missing a little bit of dog mentality?
Maybe that's not the best way to measure dogness, but I want to see you chirp at the other team. I want to see you chirping at your own team. I feel like we have not seen a ton of emotion on this team in years. And I'd like to see a little bit of hum you. I want to see that, Whitey. I like that.
Who let the dogs out?
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
The Steel City comes to town as the A's host the Pittsburgh Pirates for a thrilling 3-game series starting Monday, June 15th. Kick off the week with an exciting Monday matchup, followed by special theme nights and exclusive ballpark giveaways all midweek long. Don't miss your chance to catch rare interleague action right here in Sacramento, where the A's take on the Pittsburgh Pirates starting Monday, June 15th. Get tickets now at athletics.com/tickets. That's athletics.com/tickets.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
It was, thank you to the friend that sent this to me. It was the concert I was referring to, Jason, in an earlier conversation when they had that bag thing. It was after Ariana Grande. It was the Ariana Grande concert. It was her tour right after the bombing in Manchester. So they enacted that, and they put out and to be perfectly fair to Golden One Center, they didn't do anything wrong. That was just the policy, and they put it out there. But then a lot of people, you've brought bags, you've done it to games and to concerts and whatever before. You're not reading everything all the time, and there was a non-zero amount of people that showed up. And weren't able to use their bags, and it's a weird thing in the sense that you're there,
right?
And you're now for some of those people, they probably they had to wait in line, get to the front, then you got to turn around, you got to walk all the way back to the parking garage, a car, wherever you park. So there's usually going to be a way out of it, but especially like an MSG. You didn't drive there. There's nowhere to go.
Right.
And I know that there's some places, and I love this idea. I don't know why it's not more widespread, where there's a couple of companies that they have lockers that you can rent. So you just swipe your card, and it's like $5 for 3 hours, and it gives you a little locker to be able to stuff your stuff into, if you will. But I don't believe them. In fact, MSG came out and said they don't have any storage. So we will see. And by the way, maybe it goes off without a hitch and the Knicks win. And this is all much ado about nothing. But man, be interesting tomorrow, Jason.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
What's also interesting is Darius Acuff seems to be the pick du jour for your Sacramento Kings. That's who a lot of people have the Kings picking, and he has been long connected with Sacramento as their pick at number 7. And it was mentioned a while back, a couple weeks ago, that Scott Perry actually coached Darius Acuff's dad back in college, way back. So, of course, the natural thought is, oh, dude, he knows the family. He's known Acuff, I'm sure, before he was born, damn near. That's going to be a little extra incentive. Well, Draymond Green had Acuff on his podcast, obviously, both, Michigan roots, at least. Acuff's dad, him a bit, and then, Draymond going to Michigan State and growing up there. So Draymond asked him specifically about that. And Chris, if you would, here's what Acuff had to say.
You mentioned the name Scott Perry being his coach. I've known Scott for a long time from his days in Detroit. Obviously was coach at University of Michigan as well. And just coming up, he's now the general manager of the Sacramento Kings. Throughout your life, have y'all kept that relationship constant? Do you know Scott well? What's the relationship there?
Yeah, I ain't really growing up, I wasn't really communicating with Scott like that. I ain't really know who my pops coach was, growing up. Like I always heard the name, but I was young, I didn't understand, who he was. He worked in the NBA, all that type of stuff. So I got knowledge of it around 2023 when I was at the USA camp, and he was one of the speakers there. And I'm like, oh, this who y'all been talking about. So I went up to him. I'm like, yeah, I introduced myself. He talk funny. He talk like he from the city. He like, well, yeah, I know you. He like, yeah, I coached your dad. I was like, yeah, for sure. And then from that point on, it's been love for sure. But
okay. So in the beginning, when I first heard the clip, I was like, oh, I had no idea. And then kind of brought it back. So that's a good, 7 years of background. I'm not saying that the Kings aren't going to take Acuff, and I'm certainly not saying that having a familiarity with both Acuff and his family, and we've had Scott on the air talk about it, and we've talked to him about it off the air, that it's not just, you got to think about what scouting really is when it comes to a draft pick, and really maybe also a free agent or trading. It's a whole depth of process of which obviously how good is the player and how good do we think they're going to be, and how good do we think they will fit into our system, or will our system fit them? That takes up the large majority. But where it gets interesting is when you're deciding between a couple of free agents, or you're thinking about making that trade, or you've got a couple of guys that are just neck and neck on your draft board, then you start getting into the periphery, which makes up, by itself, a smaller but decent enough percentage of what goes into that decision. And part of that is, and Scott has said, at least with him, what's the family like? What kind of background is there? How does he feel about it? I remember one specific anecdote was, is the NBA just a job?
Right.
And is the player just trying to get there and get paid? And do we worry about certain things, or is this a lifestyle? Is it for the love of the game? And does he have that drive? Does he have that support system? And obviously that's going to help, knowing that, good or bad. But the other thing I would say, Jason, to caution Kings fans about when trying to play guessing games, and we've said this a few times, if you try to look for breadcrumbs to where the Kings are going to decide to fall in the draft based on who Scott Perry has a history with, you might as well pencil in about half the draft, because we've talked about it before, whether it's Acuff, whether it's Ament of Tennessee. And seriously, I don't know specifics, but it would not shock me if 8 to 10 players from the first round, either through their parents or they themselves, have had some sort of relationship with Scott Perry before.
Yeah, he's connected. He's done this a long time. I think that's one of his strengths of his relationships with people. He's very open. He's very friendly, and he's been connected for a long time because he's been around a long time. He's done this, so he has those. That's one of the strengths. So, yeah, I'm with you. Like, we could dig in and look at that, but I think it'll be harder to find someone he's not connected to.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. And that goes again both ways. We might look at something and see that, oh wow, they go way back. And again, I'm not insinuating this would be either of the names I've mentioned. I'm just saying that could also go the way of like, yeah, he goes way back with them, and oh my goodness, man, he knows that family, and this kid's been a problem child, and the dad is this and that, whatever. I want to stay away from that. And when the John Morant rumors were strong, when the Morant rumors were strong, it came out that he also knows the Morant camp quite well, knows John Morant quite well. Now, I've never asked him how he feels about that and whether that's a yay or a nay. But again, you're going to be hard-pressed to find many, many people that in the NBA or coming into the NBA that Perry doesn't have, if not 0 degrees, 1 or 2 degrees of separation with.
Yeah, and if we go back, Dave, wasn't the thought process amongst many about where he was supposed to go in the draft, but back to Luka's draft, Vlade did have connections with Luka and his family, and so I think the logic there was, oh yeah, the Kings will definitely take him at 2 if he's available. If if Ayton goes number 1, and Ayton went number 1, and I think a lot of people thought the Kings would take him. We know they didn't, but I think besides his talent, I think there was a lot of reference. Well, there was a family connection there, and that might be why Vlade will do it.
And that's a case of, I want to be careful here. There was we've talked about this before. There was that long running rumor that Vlade and Luka's dad, they played together. They knew each other very well. That there was some sort of beef between the two of them. And we talked about this before, but that's just patently false. And I can personally speak to that because the day all that broke was the day there was a Kings game. And I was sitting with Vlade, and we were laughing about that during halftime, or he was laughing about it because I asked him about it. And he took out his phone. I've told the story before. He took out his phone and he showed it to me. He said, "Go ahead, scroll." And I looked at the time, I forget what his dad's name was, but whatever. And then, he scrolled and there was a bunch of texts in Serbian. And so I'm like, dude, I don't, you guys could be telling each other to go blankly. And he goes, "Oh, no, translate." So I sat there and like the last 4, he would point to the text and I would copy paste and then go to a translator online. And they were basically, the gist of it was they were laughing. It was like Luka's dad texted him, or Vlade texted Luka's dad something like, "Hey, I guess we're mortal enemies. Yeah, I hate you. Ha, ha, ha. I hate you too. You're the worst." Remember that? They were joking about it. Like there's no beef there whatsoever. But I often have wondered if Vlade's familiarity, not just with baby Luka and growing up Luka, and he knew Luka, his whole childhood, and also having played with his dad, I've always wondered if that factored in, but from a negative. I've always wondered that because it was said at the time that Luka and Luka's father before him were not afraid to have fun.
Yeah.
And that Luka's dad kind of broke down towards the end of his career. Well, really, his career was a lot shorter because he, look, Vlade could. I never really knew anything about drinking with Vlade, yay or nay. But as Mike Bibby said on his podcast the other day, Vlade is horking down a couple of heaters in the men's John before going out and playing a game, and that ended up being fine for him. But that's not everybody. So I think part of the worry was, well, Luka's dad definitely had a lot of fun in his day, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And that's one aspect. Is he going to be this guy that's going to have weight issues, that's going to break down, have injury issues? Now, look, in retrospect, obviously, whatever. That Luka's had a fine NBA career, but I'm just trying to illustrate the point that in that case, you never know. Knowing a family may be a great thing and points in favor, but it may also be a negative thing as well.
It can, yeah, and I don't know if that's, we've gone over that one for sure in the past. But this will be interesting now with Perry, just because of all the connections, to see what, if Acuff's available, if that's a guy they seemingly believe in. And I'm sure if they do, then when we're watching or having Scott Perry on or hear his first press conference, he'll say, yeah, I've known him and his family for a long time. And, again, not the reason, but a reason why you could be influenced by the draft. But, you're going to go on talent, and can he help the team?
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. We'll take a break. When we come back, the finals after 2 games. What are we looking for tonight, and who's getting a legacy boost? Also, speaking of Ja Morant, Jason, before we get into that, I do have a question I was thinking about. I wanted to revisit over the weekend as well that we ran out of time for. So we'll do all of that and get into the second half of a Monday show for you right after this.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Mark your calendars because MoonPay X Games Sacramento 2026 is landing at Cal Expo June 26th through 28th. Witness nearly 100 of the world's best athletes compete in skate, BMX, and Moto X events and catch live music performances by global electronic music icon Cascade on Friday night and Grammy-winning producer and artist Mustard and electronic music producer and DJ Subtronics on Saturday night. Don't miss MoonPay X Games. Lock in your tickets now at xgames.com.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, June 13th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies, all sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Would Scott Perry be smart to consider a Levine Morant swap straight up? With Morant still being young and dynamic enough, you're obviously taking a lot of chances there. And then turn around and either hold the 7, but the 7 is point guard central, or is that where you maybe pull the trigger with an OKC, go 12 and 17 and grab like a Yaxel from Michigan and one other guy and really try to shore things up where you're losing Levine, but you're gaining Morant. So now you have your point guard. You're gaining 2 rookies, including a big, and then just try to go from there. Jason, would you see that? Because I don't want shortcuts. I don't want to give up draft capital, but in this case, you're giving up to get. And I don't want to take on money. It violates that because you're taking on an extra year of Ja Morant, and they're also trying to get a little healthier, but it's Morant for Levine. I don't know. I feel like that would probably make us a better team next year, just in a vacuum. I think that would make us. I think we'd be a better team next year. But I don't know that that's right long term.
Yeah, I don't. Just the premise of Zach LaVine for Ja Morant, I don't think is a terrible idea. I don't love it in just because of him in a sense of not his game, but like some of the things he's had as an issue in the past. And I don't know that Sacramento's the best organization to heal him. Maybe it could be. I mean, I could be completely wrong on that. I wouldn't root against him. But that, it actually, I wonder what the actual, I mean, I believe the Kings would have to get more. Isn't Morant even less money than?
Yeah, I think there'd have to be some other monies in there. But I don't think it's that far off.
Okay, and then the other part, though, that I would add to it that I think logic would say, let's just pretend the Kings made that deal today, and it doesn't even have to be anymore. We'll say it straight up. Zach LaVine for Ja Morant. I'd still take a point guard.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, you said one more, like you'd have Morant this year and one more. So we'll say they took Acuff. Like, I mean, you're at the beginning of his career, it's a little bit like having Fox, Castle, and Harper. Like, they took Castle and Harper in back-to-back years. I mean, and then they traded for Fox in between. They have 3 point guards. I'm not saying that's the but I don't know if you're thinking Morant's here long-term or if he's now maybe even a more tradable piece than Zach LaVine has been. I don't know. I don't. If the point guard's who you like the best there, if it's someone else, then you do it. But I mean, I always in the draft, you always have to take best player available.
That's really interesting to think about. I hadn't thought about that. That's interesting to think about a Morant and Acuff backcourt and just say screw it. Let's just let's just now the other part of the Morant trade, you kind of hit on this too, is that LaVine has negative trade value, and so does Morant to a point. But I honestly think if we're comparing, it's like which is, I don't want to disrespect them, but they're both, I think, have negative trade value. However, I think that Morant, here's the blue sky scenario if you trade for Ja Morant. Here's the blue sky scenario. Ja Morant was in a rough city. Memphis has a terrible reputation, fell in with the wrong crowd, whatever. His reputation has been, completely destroyed. He comes to Sacramento in a new environment, in a new city, leaving a lot of that behind him. And he's got 2 seasons to rehabilitate his image and rehabilitate his game so that he can sign a monster deal. And his goal would be to get maxed out, one more time in 2 years. So he plays his ass off and he goes crazy in all the good ways and is a massive, massive asset. Then you have Darius Acuff that joins up with him. And now the Kings have arguably, well, I won't get hyperbolic here, but one of the more exciting backcourts. Again, this is super blue sky. One of the more exciting backcourts in the NBA. Now you've got Keegan Murray, DeAndre Hunter, Domantas Sabonis, assuming he's still here, Maxime Reynaud, Dylan Cardwell, and I'm forgetting. And if they're able to re-up Precious Achiuwa, I'm sure. I know I'm forgetting backcourt guys, but I'm just again talking blue sky. There is that thought too that, okay, well, you have Morant this year and you owe him next year. But if Morant ends up doing that and Acuff looks like he's the future, are you able to spin off an expiring Morant for assets in a year after you rehabilitated him?
Yeah, I mean, I think that would all be potentially in play. But I think the first part's the hardest. I personally don't see Scott Perry doing something like that.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't either. It's a thought exercise.
Yep.
But I don't either. Real quick, Chris has been kind of following this, updating the situation at MSG.
Yeah.
There are already lines outside of Madison Square Garden, including the employee line. Somebody took a photo. This is for, remember, employees got to go through security too and all of that, especially as the president there. It's a 1 hour wait this morning for employees. It looks like it's wrapped around the block in this photo. I don't think this has anything to do with it. It sounds like the market itself. I don't know, though. But apparently there is a price crash. We mentioned earlier that you couldn't get into the game tonight no matter where you sat for under $10,000. The get-in price, according to this, for Game 3 of the NBA Finals is now dropped by over $6,000, and is now you can now get in, Jason, for a cheap, easy $4,749.
Let's go.
Yeah, shout out to the proletariat.
Let's have the show go to the game.
Chris, let me ask you a question. In this world, you just happen to be in New York, and let's say tickets are $5,000 a piece, and you have a rich friend that's offering you a ticket to go. Would you be able to go and enjoy yourself knowing how much that ticket would cost, or will you pass it up because you just feel greasy?
I think I'd go to the watch party at the park with all the other diehards.
So again, so just to be clear, if you had a free ticket into the game tonight, and you had a choice between that,
see, here's the thing: is like I'm not like a lifelong Knicks fan, so like I'd have to put that into perspective. I don't know, maybe.
Okay,
maybe.
Could we switch this, guys? The question, like, it's here. It's Sacramento. The Kings finally make the finals, and you guys already have like, I guess you'd be season ticket holders would be the question. So you have ability, you have the finals tickets. You've waited all this time. Of course, this is the game you want to go to because your team's in the finals and they're here. But if the prices are somewhat close to this, what do you do?
And you're saying we already have the tickets?
Yeah, you own tickets. You're like a season ticket holder. So you own it, and you already paid whatever you had to pay for it. It's obviously less than what they're going for. But then do you go, I've never seen them in the finals, and I can watch it. I could watch it in front of me, or I could turn around and sell it for whatever X.
So this would be like Game 3 in Sacramento.
Mm-hmm. Up 2-0.
Up 2-0. I think I got to go to the game.
Or would you say I'm going to go to Game 4 because that's where they could win it?
I think I go to Game 3.
So obviously we don't have the loophole of selling our tickets and then getting a media pass. I assume that's cheating in this scenario.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I agree. That's cheating. All right.
But I mean, everybody's got a number. It's like, I'm not selling.
What a diva.
I don't. There is no number that exists. Because even if you told me someone was going to give me $1 million for them, I would sell them, but then I'd turn around and buy a couple. But to your point, you're asking if Game 3, the Kings, let's just say, are up 2-0 on the Knicks, who have home court advantage or had it. They're coming back to Sacramento. Game 3, Kings up 2-0 at Golden One Center. I'm a season ticket holder, and tickets are going for $10,000 a pop. I sell them. I sell them to Game 3. I'll sit and watch the market and see if I can't sneak in for relatively cheaper. But worst case scenario, I sell Game 3. I'm going to Game 4.
Are you selling them at close to that range, a little below to make sure they go higher? Are you getting greedy? Like, what are you doing?
Well, no, I'm selling them. I'm putting them up and I'm selling them. Oh, I see. What am I posting them at?
Because like the Knicks ones, like you were hearing stuff like the buy-in, the get-in like a few days ago was like 5, jumps to 9. Now it's back down a little bit, but they're like front row was like 300 something, like just something ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm selling them for whatever it's at, whatever, they tell you when you post, what they'll go for or whatever. So I'm putting it in there. And again, we're just using your numbers. So let's say I get 20 G's off of that, right? Like I said.
And it's guaranteed to be a Knicks fan in your seats.
Well, that's true.
Why is that? Or you're saying that as the caveat?
Well,
I'm saying that as a caveat. And like most likely it would be a Knicks fan that would be paying all that money.
I don't know. We'd probably have a lot of Sacramento fans that would want to go, but that's a ton of money.
Is there a way to find out if they're a Knicks fan beforehand?
No.
Damn it.
Okay, yes, it is a Knicks fan.
No, I can't do that. I just wait until a Kings fan bought it. I can't.
Then would you go, man, I'm charging a Kings fan $10 a ticket?
No, they're buying it, whatever.
Okay.
But then again, I would be there at Golden One.
Wouldn't that be a jinx? You're selling your tickets?
No, because
every single thing that every fan does at home or at the stadium makes a direct impact in the game.
I think because I would end up being there, and I would be on site at Golden One Center with like StubHub on my phone, just waiting because they'll have TVs out there and I'm just waiting. And if it turns, there's going to be a crash at some point. So I'm going to try to get in, and maybe instead of I sell them for 20 grand and I get in for $2,000. Okay, cool. But then knowing that, now look, here's the caveat. If this is game 4 and we're up 3-0, no chance. If this is game 4 and we're down 0-3, no chance.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Why if it's 0-3 or down 3-0?
Yeah.
You want to see them potentially get swept?
No, I don't. But this would be my last chance to see this could be my last chance to see the team number 1 and number 2. I would feel like that. I'd feel partially responsible for. Like if I did sell the seats to game 4 and they ended up losing that game, then I helped. I helped the Knicks.
Yeah. Ron said, we had that in a microcosm for game 1 against the Warriors. Could have sold my $80 seats for $500.
And that's where I think that's where it gets tough, because everybody has a different situation. There's some people out there, there's no way they're passing up $420.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. But then there's some people that are like, yeah, I hate passing that up, but that's they need 4,200, and then there's some people that are like, I need 42,000.
Yeah, because at that time, like when Aaron something, that had been 16 years or 17 years since the Kings have been even in the playoffs, just round 1.
Yeah, that also though, there's another part of that too, which is, and this is just me. When I went to 2 of the Kings Warriors games, I did not enjoy 90% of it.
Okay.
Dude, I just get too high strung.
So you think you'll be good for the finals?
No, I don't. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. Is like I'm getting now. It's like before, it's whatever. But as I get older, like I'm not. It is a non-zero possibility that I just have a heart attack and die, like right in the middle of the game. Like. That's one thing to think back in the early 2000s. Like that's not going to happen. I already got blood pressure issues, dude. And I don't honestly, this is a true story. Kings Warriors, I had to take my watch off because I kept looking at it to see my heart rate. And at one point my heart rate was it was like during a timeout, it was like a 129. And I was just like, I can't, I don't even want to know what it's like. Were you
playing?
No, that's my point. I wasn't, but also sitting in a seat. And yeah, you can stand and whatever, but I'm a pacer, not Indiana. But I walk and I gesticulate, and I'm kind of a psychotic when it comes to that. When it comes to the Kings in meaningful situations, and also probably it's because I don't know how to handle myself because I haven't really seen much of the Kings in meaningful situations. But there is nothing more important in life for me than when. Like that series, dude, and us winning, it was like the greatest. Like I would give up anything pleasurable for a year just to re-experience that one time.
Anything, huh?
I literally, exactly what I'm talking about. That wouldn't be much of a challenge, anyways. But
goodbye, sloppy joes.
Ooh,
a game changer. He wasn't thinking.
Would I be I think I should have to be the referee of that situation.
Yeah.
Which one?
Of what
you said that you can't have anything pleasurable. So you would have to. Hey, can I eat? Can I have Carl's Jr.? Oh, gonna have to wait a year.
No ranch packets.
Oh, that root beer does look good. Gonna have to wait a year.
I would give him a lot of things I like. I'd have to reserve a couple, though. I mean, what am I doing then? Eating tilapia?
Yeah.
If that meant the Kings win?
I mean, you wouldn't do that? Wow, Dave.
That I have to eat tilapia every night? What, like every night for a year? Or can I?
You can mix in other things that are not pleasurable.
The only meat you can eat has to be shredded.
Oh, God. Meat gum. Hey, speaking of shredded, by the way, not for nothing. Speaking of shredded meat, that there is a lot of shredded meat you guys wonder where I'm going. Hey, where am I going with this?
Not sure.
Let's take a poll between the two of you. Here's the lead-in.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
Speaking of shredded meat, there's a lot of shredded meat blank. Any idea?
I don't.
Chris?
At the World's Strongest Man competition.
Damn it.
Oh, really?
No, no. No, I would say there's a lot of shredded meat involved in Mexican cuisine. Would you say that's correct, Chris?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, great, because you can experience a lot of that at Super Taco at 7151 Franklin Boulevard. I've got the schedule for Chris Verlaud, everybody. This is we like to refer to this as the Chris Verlaud International Soccer Tournament. And it's all starting on my pseudo brother's birthday, June 11th, Mexico versus South Africa. That's at noon. U.S. Paraguay the very next day. That's at 6 p.m. England Croatia. That's on the 17th. U.S. Australia on the 19th. England Ghana on the 23rd. Colombia Portugal on the 27th.
So Colombia Portugal game is going to be good.
England Ghana what?
England gonna win. Aren't they like one of the favorites in this thing? I think England's like aren't they like a top five?
They're not even going to be.
Are they?
They can't handle the U.S. heat. They're going to be out in the first round or in the group stage.
Somebody said something about how like Barcelona is practicing at a high school, but then they showed pictures of the high school, and it's like I've never even seen a high school like that. It looks like an Ivy League university.
I thought they were at Texas Tech.
Barcelona?
Never mind.
Yeah, okay. Good point.
I was thinking of Argentina.
Oh.
We will, don't cry for them. We will have to find a way to put this out there more, but join Chris at Super Taco for autographs, selfies, and socializing at 71 Franklin Boulevard for the
7151.
What'd I say?
71.
51?
Yes. 7151.
Hey, there's a bell. Jason, game 3 tonight, your thoughts?
I think it is going to be, let's stretch, a must win. It's a must win for the Spurs, isn't it?
It is.
Absolutely.
It is.
And like I said earlier, that's how you look at things. Knicks should feel good, feel great. Up to, I think Towns has been awesome. Brunson's been good. They figured out ways to hang in these games, to come from behind, to find a way to win. But if I'm the Spurs and I'm Mitch Johnson, I'm saying, look, guys, we led by 1 with 2 minutes to go in game 1. We led by 1 with 40 seconds to go in game 2. And we made a ton of mistakes along the way and later in the game. Clean a few things up. We not only can, win game, we can win this whole series. I mean, they really can. That's what they should think. They have to think that way. It's not like the Knicks are dramatically better, but they found ways to win. And the Knicks, I can't imagine, Dave, a more confident team than the Knicks based on how many games in a row they've won, how they've won. They've dominated most of the games. They've won these 2 close games. They've been a good matchup for the Spurs. Wemby, I really liked what it was Charles and Kenny said at the half of game 1. They're like, he's kind of in shock. Like, he's played fine, but he hasn't played great. And Towns has been up for the challenge. Mitchell Robinson, OG, like they've really been physical with him, and I don't think he's quite figured it out. And I did the analogy last week. It's like when Shaq first came in, he was so good. Yeah. And his first finals, he got swept by Olajuwon and the Rockets. And it wasn't that, I mean, Shaq was great, but I don't know. There's usually steps and there's processes along the way, and the Spurs have skipped several. I mean, they've been amazing. And I'm not saying they have to lose to learn how to win, but sometimes you do, and other teams have. And kind of, it's a little bit more of the history of the league seems to be playing this way. Like the Knicks have had heartache, and they are so hungry. The Spurs were chasing the Thunder, and they did it. And I don't think they let off the gas, but like that was the target they were thinking of. The Knicks have been thinking of the championship, and I don't know. It's a fragile line. It's a really close series. The Knicks have found a way to win both. And I can't even imagine what the scene's going to be like tonight. It's just everybody that's from New York is all talking about how this is going to be one of the greatest things they've ever seen. And so there's a lot on tonight's game. It's going to be fun.
So following your Shaq analogy, the Spurs lose this series. Are you saying Wemby is going to be traded to the Lakers?
Oh, within 2 years, probably, yeah.
Yeah, within easily.
Yeah, or the Knicks.
All right, let me ask you a question and a follow-up question. True or false? The winner of tonight's game will win the NBA Finals.
False. Well, I mean, that's covering both teams, so I'll say false.
Okay. All right. Now, if the Spurs were to win tonight, and the Spurs were to win Game 4, and it's tied up at 2, are you then all in on the Spurs winning the finals?
I mean, just putting it that way, I probably would be more then, but it just depends on, again, context will be important. Like, did somebody get hurt along the way? Yeah. How convincing was it? Again, I mean, I think it's still really, really close. It's what I told you beforehand. I had the Knicks in 5, but I'm like, I think it's going to be really competitive. And the first 2 have checked those. I mean, they've been great. They've been right there for either team to win. And I'm not sitting here going, man, the Knicks are that much better. I don't think they're that much better, if they're better at all than the Spurs. But they found a way to win the 2 games.
I agree with you. Tonight is a must-win for the Spurs.
Absolutely.
And also, it's not a must-win for the Knicks, but they certainly don't want it. Because if the Spurs were to win tonight, now all of a sudden it's, especially depending on how they win, now it's, they unlocked something in Game 2. They carried it over to Game 3.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden there's a lot of pressure on the Knicks too, because they do not want to give back up now the home court advantage they snatched from San Antonio. Now all of a sudden the pressure, I would say, I'm with you. I wouldn't say if the Spurs win tonight, they win the finals. But I would say this. I think if the Spurs win tonight, I think the pressure is actually going to be equal on both teams in Game 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a classic swing right now. Like the show before the show tomorrow, like if we're predicting tomorrow's show, and it's 3-0 Knicks, I know it's never happened, and probably someday it would. What's that?
A team's come back from 3-0.
Not in the NBA.
In the NBA.
I don't even remember any other time it's happened. Ever, honestly. Especially like to a New York team. Like, come on, Chris.
Right.
That's crazy talk.
It's crazy.
So if it's 3-0 Knicks, like, I just feel like everybody would think it's over. But if it's 2-1 and you won on the home, the Spurs won there in those elements, I just think everybody feels a little bit differently about the series. So that's why tonight's the swing. This is it.
What's hot, what's not, and streaking, of course, at 8:43. We'll get back to at 9 a.m. Previewing tonight's finals matchup. But when we return, we're going to take a quick soiree into the world of the NFL as we look a little bit at next season. And Jason's got a couple questions that have got me thinking. They'll get you thinking as well. We'll get to it right after this.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, June 13th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies. All sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. And there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Remember the days of real country music? Now you can get your favorite classic country every day on 105.1 HD3 The Ranch. Listen to The Ranch on the free KNCI app or anytime at 105.1 HD3.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
At Folsom Chevy, they're making it easier to get a new truck. From how you're treated to sweet new deals. Swing by the Folsom Auto Mall, ask about their incredible new finance offer on every new 2026 Silverado half-ton truck in stock. Folsom Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
In celebration of 80 years of 49ers football, Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's faithful flashback.
Number 66, George Kittle's historic half.
7 catches for 210 yards and a touchdown is a big day in the NFL, but imagine doing that in just one half. George Kittle recorded a historic first half against the Broncos, posting 7 receptions for 210 yards and a touchdown. The problem, all 210 were accumulated in the first half, setting a 49ers franchise record and putting him 5 yards shy of the NFL record for receiving yards by a tight end in a game. Kittle did become the first 49ers tight end to eclipse 1,000 yards in a season and had the best single season in 49ers history, surpassing Vernon Davis.
Faithful flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Well, we're still a ways from the NFL. As we talked about a little bit last week, the one thing with the NFL is you can all but take to the bank. Then again, until you can't. It kind of reminds me, Jason, of we were saying this year at the lottery, the worst team has never won it.
Right.
And then they did.
Yeah.
1 year this will not happen, but pretty much every year, one of the worst teams in the league ends up winning their division. And there's always some stuff that gets flipped on its head. And by the way, including teams that are definitely going to kill it next year. And whether it's injuries or something else, they end up not doing great. However, in the NFL, as you've noted here, 12 teams now have never won a Super Bowl. 12 teams. The Bills, the Lions, the Texans, the Vikings, the Jags, the Chargers, the Bengals, the Panthers, Falcons, Titans, Browns, and Cardinals. And I am curious. I've given this a lot of thought. If football Jesus came down and said, Jason Ross,
whoa,
one of these teams is going to win the finals this year. Or excuse me, the Super Bowl this year. So come on, football Jesus. Which one would you pick?
I would say football Jesus. Why do they continue to play on Sunday?
Well, Jason, because that's how it is. Stop asking questions.
Football Jesus, I think I have a question from Christopher Ladd for you.
Football Jesus, why are you only at Notre Dame games?
The hot dogs are so good, dude. We'll get good hot dogs up there.
This sounds like Football Jesus' impersonator. He sounds like the complete opposite.
Yeah, I have a follow-up for Football Jesus. What do you put on your hot dog, Football Jesus?
What every good American should. Mustard. Like Kendrick Lamar said. Mustard.
Football Jesus, is it really hot where you are?
What do you mean, Chris? Let's just put it this way, Chris. You're never going to have to worry about being where I am, if you get my drift.
Because it sounds like you rule that place.
Oh, here's what you sound like.
Oh, it sounds like you rule that place.
Who is that?
All right.
Oh, I'm Christopher Lott. Well, actually, Barcelona. You have to say the TH. I'm Chris. Join me at Super Taco.
Anyways.
Oh.
One of these teams, Jason, one of these teams is going to win the Super Bowl. Which is it?
This year?
That's what I'm saying, dude. Come on, God, just answer the question.
Well, to be fair, the Super Bowl is played in February of next year. Football Jesus.
Well, to be fair, the Super Bowl is played in February. Jesus, I'm gonna correct Jesus. Yeah, that's gonna work out well.
God, how do you work with that guy, Jason? You're such a douche.
Hey, Football Jesus. One more question before I answer your football question. Your thoughts on, because I don't know where he went, but your thoughts on Carmichael Dave.
I don't have any thoughts on him. Let's just put it this way. We'll never have a conversation. All he ever does, all I ever hear from Dave, oh, can the Kings win, please, Jesus, let the Kings win, and oh, my kids, they're so great. So annoying, dude. What have you done for me, Dave?
Is that why the Kings have been so bad? Because Dave is praying to football Jesus instead of basketball Jesus?
Yes, somebody gave him the wrong email address years ago, and none of us have told him. What a moron.
Oh, maybe that's why he can't get into his work email.
No, that's me. He keeps going to the engineers, and they don't realize it's me. Engineers are going to hell too, but that's a whole different story, especially that guy over Dallas. What a douche.
Excuse me, could you answer the question? Oh, wrong button.
Wow.
Excuse me, could you answer the question?
I am going to select.
Wait, are you on a plane? Was that a plane announcement?
No, I hit the wrong button, damn it. No, I hit the wrong button. Stop.
Oh, were you on a plane? Is that what you did it? Here's a link for you to look at. I'm Chris. I'm Chris. I say stupid things on the radio to try to piss Dave off.
Anyway, I'm running out of bits here, dude. I gotta go, I got this game 3 tonight at Madison Square Garden, and I'm already in the security line. It sucks. And I'm in robes. They don't like robes at Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
Hey, there's Dave.
Didn't have that in the on the guest list.
Yeah. Never know.
So let's not upset football Jesus. Who you picking, dude?
The Chargers.
Ooh. Really?
Yeah, that's next on the list. It was Chargers or Lions.
You know what's funny is this text from the 408. I just got in the car and I have no idea what's going on. That is true. coming into that segment without any, that is wild. Coming into that with absolutely no context. Yeah. Sorry, dude. That was football Jesus. Coming up tomorrow, basketball Jesus. I feel like the obvious, so not obvious, but you said the Chargers. I completely agree with you. They should be on the list. The Lions, for sure. You didn't say the Bills.
I didn't.
Interesting. You know, it's funny though. I'm going to go a little bit of a different direction here, dude. Not that I disagree with any of those, even the Bills. Those teams should be on there. I think the Texans could be sneaky.
Yeah, I was thinking about them too. I really, it's going to be on C.J. Stroud because I think they've got a lot of things that are there.
Yes.
He's the one that, he regressed a bit, so we'll see with him.
Yeah, that's the thing with Stroud. If he was just having a bit of a slumpy there, if he can look like he did growing up.
Yeah.
And I'm not huge on their running game, but also let's remember, I mean, there've been plenty of teams, the Patriots come to mind, that, the Patriots through their whole dynasty, their best running back was probably Corey Dillon. It's more of a, with Montgomery and Woody. I actually like Woody Marks. And by the way, I don't know if this guy's going to do anything or not, but I'm noticing fourth on their depth chart out of North Carolina at running back is British Brooks. And I'm here for that, dude.
Yeah.
If, however, Nico Collins coming back and healthy, I love Tank Dell, but it's really their defense. That defense is insane.
Yeah, it's like if they had Joe Burrow, I'd feel really good about them. And like the Bengals too, like Burrow's great, Chase, like they've got a lot of pieces, and then it just their defense has been sketchy. So yeah, I don't know if there's anyone else there. I wouldn't like Cardinals, Browns, Titans, Falcons. They all seem to be a ways away. Panthers.
The thing about Stroud that's interesting, though, is his rookie year. He threw for 4,100 yards, 23 touchdowns, and 5 picks. And that was in 15 games. He played all 17 his sophomore year, 3,700 yards, 20 touchdowns, 12 picks. That's a major regression. And then last year looked like, he's gone lower now, 3,000 yards, only 14 games. 19 touchdowns, but brought the picks down a little bit, 8. But when you factor in the, 3 less games, I don't know, man. If you told me CJ Stroud was going to have a year like his rookie year, I'd feel even better about that. I'm a big fan of, obviously, of defense. The offensive line on that is really going to be the one that you have to take a look at. And they've made some negative moves, I think, in the offseason on that offensive line. But yeah, if the Chargers did it, dude, wow. Are you saying are you insinuating that we might see a Harbaugh versus Harbaugh Super Bowl? Because it's possible.
I'm not picking the Giants to get there.
Wow.
I'm not saying I'm picking the Chargers either, but I just, of that list of 12 teams, that's the one that caught my eye the most.
I mean, we just went over the whole worst to first type of thing and all that. You don't think the Giants could be that?
They could be. Yeah, no, they definitely have a good candidate for that, but I just all the way, nah.
We'll take a break. When we come back, as we barrel towards the final hour of the program, what's hot, what's not, and let's go streaking. I'm very curious if Chris, there's a what's hot I'm holding to add to this. Very curious to see what Chris's who's hot's going to be or what's hot. We'll get to that right after this.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
We golfers tend to grumble too much. Golf Monthly's Nick Bonfield compiled our biggest complaints. They include our own game. The refrain, is it going to be another one of those days, should maybe be realigned and set about the next shot with positivity. Next is our equipment. We always blame our tools even though they were just along for the ride. Course conditioning is another gripe, and maybe you should try getting up while it's still dark, whether it's 108 or 32 degrees, and deal with global warming, limited budgets, and sustainability. And then go hug your superintendent for what they do. Dress codes get a lot of attention. Some feel the tradition should be maintained, and others are comfortable in T-shirts. It's a game, people. Also in the mix are rules of golf, slow play, the World Handicap System, tee time booking systems, bad luck, and more. I say you get out of it what you're willing to put into it. You're on a golf course, your phone's not ringing, and you might make a birdie or two. Enjoy the moment. There's lots of time left in the day for complaints. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
Sacramento, get ready because the Fasteners Inc. Super Sale is back. Friday, June 12th and Saturday, June 13th. Stop by Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road for crazy deals on DeWalt products. We're talking all of the lowest prices in Sacramento on bare tools, tool products, batteries, lasers, hand tools, outdoor power equipment, and so much more. Again, this DeWalt sale event will be June 12th from 7 till 5:30 and June 13th from 9 till 3 p.m. at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road. Visit fastenersinc.net for more info.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who is hot?
Brewers pitcher Jacob Misiorowski.
Yeah, he is, dude. Oh, my God.
Over his last 6 starts, he has an ERA of .20. He's only given up 1 run in 45 and a third innings pitched. That's the lowest ERA by any MLB pitcher over a 7-start span since
Pedro Martinez.
Hold on. Steven Strasburg?
Bob Gibson, who from June 6th to July 6th had a .14 ERA.
You know, I'll accept that. The guy I was wondering if you'd throw in there, Jason, did you know this?
No.
The person with the highest OPS in baseball, in the National League, also has the lowest ERA in the National League.
Yeah.
Shohei
Dave
Ohtani.
loves LA. Dave loves it.
That is, when you think about it, like, how lucky are we that not only are we watching Shohei Ohtani, who you could argue is the greatest and certainly one of the most unique players of all time, in the fact that he's just so dominant on both sides, and shut up with Babe Ruth, everybody. And now we're seeing Victor Wembanyama, who, again, not the greatest yet, but maybe the most unique player we've ever. Like, what a time we're living in sports.
What a time to be alive.
Also, it has now come down the wire. The president will not be sitting courtside at Madison Square Garden for Game 3. He will be in Knicks owner James Dolan's suite for the game. I know you guys were absolutely wondering about all that. Also, who's not?
Yeah, who's not?
Yeah, who's not?
Oh, that's mine.
Yeah.
The Colorado Rockies.
Oh, yeah.
They're the worst team in baseball, currently on a 4-game losing streak. They lost the Brewers yesterday 12-4. And in their 4-game losing streak, hey, they've scored 16 runs, but have given up 39.
That's not great. You know who else is not hot? I've now officially come down against AI. I now no longer. Yeah, it took me a while. I've come around to not liking it. I got so got during the break, dude, and I'm so sad because somebody posted a picture. Listen to this, Jason. Coleman, you're familiar with Coleman, the tents and you know the camping,
coolers and all that stuff
at Costco. The Coleman 200-foot lazy river pool system includes pump, filter, chlorine dispenser, cloth for the ground, ladder, $999.99 for a 200-foot lazy river. And they have a picture on the front. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 different inner tubes in there with people that are just floating around. I think that might be a dog. I had no idea where I would put it, but could you imagine like $1,000, which $1,000 a lot of money, but you get your own 200-foot lazy river. Jason, I feel like you having a lazy river in your backyard. I know you have a pool, but I feel like that's your heaven. Just lazy rivering all day.
Pretty much.
And then I looked closer after I couldn't find it on Costco.com. And they had some words misspelled. And then I realized, yeah, it's fake. It's fake, dude. Why would somebody do that?
To get you and have you talk about it on the show.
Anyways, all right.
Where were you going to put it? Second house?
No room. I'd have to chop down a couple of trees, man.
Yeah, but that's go around the trees with the lazy river.
Well, actually, there's an answer for that, but I can't answer anything honestly anymore because you just use it to. You guys just beat me over the head with it.
What a diva.
See, exactly. Like you ask me a question, I answer it truthfully, and then you beat me over the head with it. But you know what? Whatever. I don't even care. The answer is we own the acre behind this house as well, up in Pollock Pines. It's an open lot behind us. And it's just right now, it's just land. There's nothing. We have done nothing with it. It has like weeds and a tree.
Imagine the possibilities. Lazy rivers everywhere.
Oh my God, dude.
You gotta have a fork in the river and take it.
I would excavate. I would chop down like the one tree that's there, flatten the whole thing, and then, oh, what do you have back there? Oh, it's a lazy river that we're just going to go back there and lazy river all day. Dude.
Oh, man, I'm out of cash.
Yeah, that's true. It'd be at least, well, $1,000 for lazy river, then the other stuff would cost probably at least $100.
Yeah. Come on.
I don't know. Yeah. All right, let's go streaking.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing? Streaking!
All right, here we go. Let's see how we're doing as a show. Dave is at 1. I'm at 7. Chris is at 3. And on Friday, Dave, you selected Yandy Diaz. Yandy?
Yeah, Yandy.
Yandy was just that. He got up 5 times. He got you 3 hits. Your streak has extended to 2. Chris was at 3, trying to get to 4. He took Luis Arias. Giants on Friday had 18 runs, all sorts of hits. He got up 5 times. He got 2 of those hits and an RBI. So Chris's streak is at 3. I was at 7 trying to get to 8. Look out. I took Juan Soto of the Mets. They had 5 runs, a bunch of hits, 9 hits. He got up 4 times and he got 0 hits.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Oh, you suck.
I love how when our streaks end, it's like 7.5 minutes of Chris clips.
And he's laughing just as hard in there, too.
Yeah. And then when his streaks end, it's like, ba-dum-bum, and then we move on.
For he is a jolly good fellow.
Yeah, right. That's why soon we will have dueling soundboards. And I'll just load that up with stuff like that. So when Chris's streaks end, it's over.
It's over.
I mean, literally, yeah.
Oh, I'm Chris. I like to make fun of people.
Sorry. All right.
All right, so who are you picking today?
Who have I picked already, Jason Ross?
You have Henry Bolte and Yandy Diaz.
Oh, so we don't have to go that far. Give me. I'm feeling blue. I'm feeling Blue Jay. I'm feeling.
Dave loves LA. Dave loves it.
What? Oh, blue. Give me. You know what? Give me
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Okay.
Viguer.
I'm going to take from the Houston Astros, Yordan Alvarez.
Maidon?
Mm-hmm. Chris?
I am going to take Brandon Marsh.
I'm going to take Brandon Marsh, man.
That's what it sounds like.
Okay.
The game of golf.
Let's see. By the way, tonight's NBA replay official is Scott Foster.
Oof.
I'm surprised he's actually not out there. That's the conspiracy thing is, that Scott Foster would, he's the series extender.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Trade rumors are fun. How about this one, Jason? The Kings trade up to the number 5 from the Clippers, and they give up the number 7 and a 2028 first-round pick swap.
No thanks.
Yeah, exactly. Can we just not do that, please? If we give up draft capital, we had this conversation last week. We better not give up draft capital to move up.
Not to 5. If they go into the top 4, I could be persuaded. Potentially. I mean, it depends. Potentially.
No, I hear you, because then now we're talking Caleb Wilson.
Right. Yeah. That would intrigue me, but I don't know.
Also, in order to get to 3, because I was thinking, okay, well, would you do the 7 and then next year's first rounder? But I don't think the Bulls do that.
I wonder if they would. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Unless they saw something with Caleb Wilson that they didn't like, or they think somebody's going to be available at 7 that they like damn near as much.
Right.
Can we? All I care about is this. Can we just, whoever we draft, I don't care if it's Acuff, Fleming, what? Can we just draft somebody, a future MVP?
That's all? Yeah, I'm sure.
Can we just?
I'm sure they can.
Draft somebody who's doing a redraft of all the number 1 picks over the last 10 years. And I don't agree with this necessarily, but they had Tyrese Halliburton number 1. I think Anthony Edwards would have something to say about that. But
wait,
Kings did get a steal.
Tyrese Halliburton number 1?
Yeah, they had Halliburton go number 1 that year. Yeah, I'm with you. But it did remind me that regardless of where he went, I'm sure he would go top 4.
Yes,
if not higher. Pretty good pick. Arguably, well, I don't know which pick do you score more, Jason? Do you call Tyrese Halliburton a better steal than Max Reynaud? Obviously, Halliburton's the better player right now. But would you consider it a bigger steal?
At 12, yeah, probably just because of the end result. I mean, he's taken a team to the finals. He's been an all-star. Yeah, I would say that. But I know what you're asking. But yeah, I would say so.
All right, one more hour to go. Tonight, Jason, may be unlike anything we have ever seen, ever in the world.
Ever.
We got a lot of stories, a lot of storylines going into tonight's matchup in and surrounding the game. We'll break all that down for you as we look forward to Game 3 of the NBA Finals right here on Sactown Sports.
The X Games are coming to Sacramento. Join Kayla Anderson and Sactown Sports 1140 at Cal Expo Center from June 26th through the 28th to watch the top action sports athletes in the world go head-to-head with 3 days of high-octane competition, BMX, skateboarding, and Moto X, plus live music from global electronic music icon Cascade, Grammy-winning producer Artist Mustard, and DJ Subtronics. Get your tickets today at xgames.com. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Today on the pod, we're talking to Megan, trapeze artist and scratchers enthusiast. So, Megan, what do you like about playing scratchers?
Well, they're easy to play when I'm hanging around.
Oh, okay. Like when you're relaxing?
No, like when I'm hanging on the trapeze. I swing upside down, then do a quadruple somersault, all while playing scratchers. Watch this. Ta-da!
Unbelievable.
I know, right?
Scratchers from the California Lottery. A little play can make your day. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 years or older to purchase player claim.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, June 13th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies. All sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
This is the sound of Claire, cooking dinner at home. And that's the sound of a fraud alert from Wells Fargo, flagging a charge for a pricey restaurant in Paris. Considering Claire isn't in Paris right now, that seemed odd to the bank and to Claire. 2 taps later, Claire says nope to the charge, and Wells Fargo is on the case. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom!
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Yeah. I got a question for you, Jason.
Yeah.
So I just realized I was super hungry, and I don't ever go in the cupboard in a while. And there's some interesting things. Some of these are from me. You'll be able to tell. Like here's a people are very. There's a lot of. You're either all in or all out when it comes to black licorice. And I found
that's the good stuff.
Yeah, it is. It is the good stuff. But there's a lot of people, man, that just hate black licorice. Now, you know, if it's my place, Jason, and I am so proud to be able to share this. I've got some manwich.
There you go.
As you can see. And then in case I run out, I have some manwich. And just in case, I also have some manwich. So that's when it's just me and the kid. I don't know where the hell this came from, but does anyone eat this? It's tuna in a, I don't know what the hell.
Pouch.
Pouch?
Yeah.
Pouch tuna?
Yes. That's why I tell you how I eat my tuna. It's out of the pouch. Not like straight out of the pouch.
Really?
Yeah, instead of the can.
How come?
I don't know. Since it's been packaged that way for years, I like it.
Okay.
Albacore, white tuna.
Albacore, wasn't he? He had a song in the 80s. That's Albacore. That's such a good pull, dude. And then finally, I found this. I found the gold mine. These are a big thing, a Maker's Mark.
Whoa, Maker's Mark.
Peanut butter, or damn it, Members Mark. I always do that. Peanut butter filled pretzels, right? So I started munching on them during the break, and then I guess I didn't see in the dark because it's not a lot of light inside. It says best if used by October 14th of 2025. Am I in trouble here?
Stinky.
It tasted fine.
You're fine.
Yeah, that's a suggestion. There's a lot of preservatives in
Like,
those.
did they taste stale?
Not really, but I think what bothers me is the peanut butter. Like, can't that be a thing?
Peanut butter doesn't go bad.
Well, also, it's a little bit confusing because it says best if used by October 14th, 2025, which, by the way, is oddly specific. But that doesn't say expired.
Right.
So does that just mean that the longer it goes, the further away it will be from the best?
Yeah, it's no longer best.
But then what is the difference? They should have two on there. It should be best by, and then every day after it gets less best. But at some point, we have to reach the point of no return where it's like, don't eat it, dude.
I don't think they know that. That's the mystery of preservatives.
So we don't know if I could have these in 2 years. We just don't know.
Potentially, like if you were in a pinch.
That's why Clark was able to afford all of those vacations.
Yeah.
I just think, like, when it comes to food, there shouldn't be a lot of ambiguity. Let me know when I'm not allowed to eat it anymore because there's a chance I could get sick.
Well,
you've made it this far. I think you can figure it out.
And you now know the date they're suggesting. Are you still going to eat them?
Yeah. I mean, they're good.
Yeah.
But I forgot. There's because
I get weirded out by those dates.
That's what I'm saying. I don't. But also, I think it's the old man in me now. It's like that's a lot of pretzel to throw out, dude. That's a lot of pretzel to throw out.
Was it unopened?
No, it just apparently was open, and I must have taken a handful back in the day. Here's why. The reason why these are so full is that they were hidden in the back. I forgot that I put them on a top shelf and hid them, not for reasons you think, but because our best friends, their son has a peanut allergy. So I try to keep it far away from everything. And it's my nightmare that someday something I provide will, because he has the EpiPen and the whole thing. So if we do have something that has any sort of peanut related whatever, I always like put it way away from everything. But then I forgot about it. So
makes sense.
Anyway, yeah.
Hey, by the way,
yeah.
We have right now, Dave, an opportunity for one of our great listeners to win a pair of 3-day passes to the California Classic. That's coming up at Golden One Center. Yeah, July 4th through the 6th. Call in right now, 916-339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Dave, what number caller should we go for today?
Let's see. Best if call by 4.
4. Caller 4. Right now, you'll win a pair of 3-day passes to the California Classic Golden One Center coming up July 4th through the 6th. 916-339-1140 or 1-800-920-1140.
By the way, I almost forgot. Jason, if I remember correctly, you're a ginger ale fan like I am?
I do like ginger ale, yes.
I highly recommend, I don't know if you've had this before, the Canada Dry Fruit Splash.
I have.
This cherry ginger ale. It is magnificent.
Yes, it is. It's there's a little like Shirley Temple-ish to it, but it's good. Really good.
That's exactly that. You nailed it. That is exactly what it is. It's Shirley Temple with a little twist. And I just, again, just to shout out how different I am, and perhaps you, Jason, for the life of me, I do not understand how somebody could take a sip of this and then somebody could also take a sip of a beer and go, wow, you know what? I really like the beer more.
Yeah.
I don't get it, dude.
I'm with you.
I think you and I are the weird ones, though.
Yeah, maybe, but that Fruit Splash that's a good find. That'll help wash down those pretzels.
Damn right. Get busy living or get busy dying. That's what I say. All right, game 3 tonight. Lines are already forming at Madison Square Garden. As we said earlier, the president will be in attendance tonight. He will be in James Dolan's suite, the owner of the Knicks, not courtside. So somebody lost that bet. But there is an actual game going on as well. And Jason, you make a great point in the notes here. Oklahoma City, San Antonio, of course, Sacramento go nuts for their teams. It's a small market. There's not as much going on. There's not as much distractions. There's this set of a sense of pride that really is unlike anywhere else if you're not a smaller town, if you will. But you're so right. New York is going ballistic over the Knicks. And it's not because they're a bigger deal than the Yankees. It's not because they're a bigger deal than the Giants. I think, I don't know if this is going to make sense to you or not. It's been so long since the Knicks have won a championship that in a weird way, their basketball team is almost like a small market attitude.
Yeah, and that's really bizarre to see, but I really appreciate it. I mean, look, we talked about the amount of Knicks fans that went to San Antonio. The Knicks watch parties have looked every bit the exact way that these smaller market teams have watch parties when their team is on the road. And then I'm going to go more on the people that are native New Yorkers or the people that are talking about this and just the what you hear from them, how excited they are, how into the Knicks they are. And, I think LA Laker fans would be excited at the Lakers, but not to this. They've been there. They've seen it. It's the drought that has, I think, New York in such a frenzy, and also they've been playing so great. They're halfway to the title, and they finally get a game at home, and it's got the huge financial ticket to get in, but I just think the city, I just can't even imagine being in New York, and I know Thursday when we talked to Sam, I'm just anxious to hear his recap of just truly, I think we all anticipate the game to be crazy, Dave, but I just like around the city today, all the stuff we're already talking about just to get in, how crazy it's going to be, but just everywhere you go, I just got to imagine it's just a Knick frenzy right now.
When I ask you what is one of the most iconic calls in baseball, what Giants win the pennant, is there something that comes to mind?
Yeah, that's probably up there.
Sure.
Yeah.
I know in football, it could be the band is on the field.
Mm-hmm.
There's a number of them. I'm leading to something. If the situation presents itself, let's say it's game 4, Knicks are up 3-0. It's back and forth. And with, 7 seconds left, Jalen Brunson hits a 3 to ice it or to take the lead or whatever. And we get the long-awaited Mike Breen triple bang. Do you think that instantly vaults up into one of the great NBA calls of all time?
Yeah, again, I think it depends on I don't think he would ever force it, but if it feels right and he does it, it feels like it will go up there. It just does. It depends on the significance. Who took it, how it was. I'm thinking of the one he did for Steph in OKC in a regular season game when he's like walking past half court to launch it. I'm like, that feels like such an iconic shot. But if it's something like that to help get the Knicks their first final in 53 years, yeah, he's probably going to let it go.
And I think that you're right. He would never force it. But also, I kind of wish maybe he's just saving it. But damn it, does it really have to be a game winner or something crazy like that? I guess it just has to be and he's not going to do it in the second quarter with a Brunson layup.
No, and it couldn't be let's just say last game was the game decider for the series, right? It's tied. There's the turnover. Brunson's fouled. He makes 1 of 2. You're not doing it at the foul line, and then it's the final shot. I think then it's more of the shot's no good. The Knicks have done it, that kind of thing. But, yeah, I would love to see something like that or hear something like that.
If the Knicks win this series, does Jalen Brunson vault to number 3 all-time? And when it comes to Knicks, let me explain. Walt Frazier is generally considered the greatest Knick of all time, and if it's not him, it's Willis Reed, who won both championships with Frazier led them to both titles and was an amazing player, even though he's known now for his sport coats to a lot of people. But Clyde Frazier was about as big a stud as you can get. Generally, outside of those two, the greatest Knick of all time, most people would say, is Patrick Ewing.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, if the Knicks win the title, does Brunson pass Ewing?
I think so. I think so. And maybe then it gets to an age thing. I mean, it's sad for you and I, like, as we all get older, like if we do this with the Kings, like, oh my gosh, Richmond or Weber. But if that Beam team somehow won it, I mean, we're talking about Fox, Sabonis, Herder. I mean, all those guys. It's just like, this is the group that did it. And that 0-2 group, which was so good, didn't. So, I mean, and there's people that are just, Knicks fans for the last 15 years, 25 years that, don't know Clyde. I mean, they know who he is, but they don't remember him playing. And so I think it's a different time. The significance of it being that long. And also there's something about, to me, and I don't know if you agree with this, Dave, like, if the Spurs win, we all can acknowledge that Wembanyama he's a unicorn. Like, there's nothing like him. But, like, and if we went to a parade and then you see Wembanyama, I think we all just marvel at, oh my gosh, look at how big he is, how tall he is. Whereas if we went to the Knicks parade and Brunson's the MVP and we run it, like, you're taller than him.
Right.
Like, this guy is, I don't know, it just feels a little bit more relatable, and like, that's the New York legend. Yep, look at how good this guy is. And that could be me, that kind of thing. It's like, we'll never be 7'4", like Wembanyama. So I don't know. There's something about like Curry's a little more relatable than LeBron's just a physical freak. Like, there's nobody quite like him. Or Steph, it's like, nobody can shoot like him, but it's like, that's more of a reasonable size, I guess. But I think it's really cool what Brunson and the Knicks have been able to do and how they've captured that city.
I think that's a really interesting point you bring up, because you're right. You're 100% right. I can't relate to Victor Wembanyama. I can't relate to LeBron James. I can't relate to Kobe Bryant. I'm talking,
but Kobe more than Shaq, right? Not that
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, it's nobody's like him, but nobody is like Shaq.
I guess what interests me a lot is you talking about Jalen Brunson, and you mentioned Steph Curry, and I think part of the fun of Steph Curry was that a lot of people are taller than him. He's not some physical Adonis. He's a little not tiny, but for the NBA standards, he's a little dude. But I think you're right. Jalen Brunson's actually more relatable than Steph Curry is, because Steph Curry goes off the board because, as Victor Wembanyama is a unicorn, that's how Steph is with his shooting. Like, nobody's ever shot like Steph Curry before. It's insane. It's not relatable because he in himself, how many times has he done alien stuff? Like, when you think about Jalen Brunson, I mean, I saw this person put a montage together from two different plays in game 1 and game 2 by Brunson. And I love when they do this. I love seeing these. You'll know what I'm talking about. It's when it's slowed down and like they put some sort of like dramatic classical music or something behind it. And it just shows like Jalen Brunson, like crossover behind the back, between the legs 3 times, spin, contact, fall away, shot over 1 millimeter above Wembanyama's finger, and nothing but net. They showed a couple of those. I'm just like, Jesus, this guy is absolutely a Mozart here with this stuff. But I feel like you look at Jalen Brunson, not saying that you could do it or I could do it, but like, oh, okay. I mean, he's not doing it. Is there anything Jalen Brunson does that is alien? I don't think there is.
No, we just are in amazement of how clutch and how some of the shots that he makes that are so difficult. But I think to the point where you and I or anyone else could like try that at the park or in the driveway or in the gym and maybe have some success where Wembanyama's catching the ball 1 stride from the 3-point line and stretching out and dunking. You're like, all right, I mean, who can do that? Him and Giannis? Like, I just think he's just so crazy with what he's capable of based on his size, where Brunson's just doing it, and he's doing it over a guy like Victor Wembanyama and over other big guys, and it's really cool to watch.
Whitey Gleason just texted us, and you can I hope he brings this up on his fine afternoon show with Alan Stiles starting at 2 p.m. today. What if the Knicks win the MVP, or what if the Knicks win the series but Karl Anthony Towns is the MVP.
Well, and I mean, that's the one thing about, when we were talking about legacies getting formed and made. I mean, Brunson's already kind of a New York legend. I think Cat has probably, in this series and this last run, has done more for kind of shaping or changing the narrative of his career. I honestly, he's been a really good player, but I felt like Cat's been a tad disappointing. And in New York, he's been good, and now he's turning. I mean, he's had a great final so far and is a candidate for the MVP. I think he's done a lot to change kind of the narrative on Karl Anthony Towns.
I think it's a really interesting conversation that Whitey brings up because, look, Jalen Brunson is the heart and soul of that team. You can tell. Yep. Everybody says it. You know it. He's the leader of that squad. But, man, boy, can you make an argument for if the finals ended today after 2 games, or should I say in the postseason alone, Jason. Now, first and foremost, Jalen Brunson's averaging a little over 9 points more a game than Karl Anthony Towns, 26-17. But Karl Anthony Towns is averaging 8 more rebounds a game. He's only averaging half an assist less a game, 6.3 to 5.6, Brunson to Towns. Same exact amount of steals, 1-1 to 1-1. Oh, and then blocks, 1-3 to 0, none, not one. And then you add in what Cat's effect is defensively and who he's had to defend. And by the way, he spent a little bit of time on that Victor Wembanyama guy. If I were to say to you, take everything out of the equation, who's meant more to the Knicks this playoffs? I want to say without a doubt it's been Jalen Brunson, but I feel like you can make a compelling case for Cat.
You can. I mean, he's been really, really good. I think those are the 2 leading candidates right now. I think I'd still would lean Brunson, but that's a lean. That's really close. That's why the next couple of wins, if the Knicks get 2 more, will be telling. But you also watch him. Like, I thought Josh Hart had one of the greatest games in game 1. He scored 3 points. Bridges was huge last game with 20 points and shot so well. They need OG. Like, they're really a collective, but like when it comes down to the end, that's when Brunson is at his best. And it's like the difficult shots he makes in the clutch is just, it's phenomenal.
I find myself going into this series. First off, I picked the Spurs.
Yeah.
Secondly, probably pulling for the Spurs a little bit just because Western Conference, more familiar with them. Been watching them the corner of my eye. They were a team I picked to do well this year. But I have to admit, I think it's better for basketball if the Knicks win. I think it's better. Look, they're the number 1 market in the United States. They haven't won since the whatever the hell, 50s, 60s. And I'm not trying to be a hater here, but I could, if the Spurs lose, I'm sitting here thinking, oh, they'll be back.
Yeah.
The same with the Thunder. I don't know that about the Knicks, at least long term. I don't. I feel like the Knicks are not going to have as many shots at the bites of the apple, pun intended, as the Spurs and or Thunder will.
Well, and the other part too, like we always think about, like when the Thunder won last year, or other smaller market teams, and how much the community gets involved, and like the parades are just so packed, like the whole community. Well, there are a lot more people in New York, and I mean, as many people that are trying to get in tonight, and people that are going to the watch parties, even if they've been moved around. If they won it, Dave, I just can't even imagine what a New York parade would be like. My goodness, there would be so many people turning out for that.
That would be, it would, honestly, it would.
With the league offices being right there, too.
Oh, my God. It'd make Times Square at New Year's look tiny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It would be, and you know what I love about this sport, too, and I would say this to fellow baseball fans. So here you have a situation of one of the biggest market and one of the smallest, not as small as a lot of people say, by the way, San Antonio and their DMA, but definitely a small market in San Antonio. And Jason, I can tell you this, and I can tell you I'm being honest. The Knicks are number 2 in the NBA in payroll. Number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The Spurs are number 20 in payroll. So you're talking big market, massive payroll versus smaller market, much smaller payroll. We're talking second to 20th. But you know what the rest of that sentence is?
What's that?
There's $23 million separating them. 23. Now, $23 million is a lot of money. But not in the NBA, not professional sports, it's not. How many players on how many teams by themselves make $23 or more million dollars? And you have this massive gap. When we're talking baseball, we're talking about differences of hundreds of millions of dollars in between teams. And granted, you have bigger rosters. I understand that. But you have almost exactly double the roster in baseball. It's far beyond that. And when you look at that situation, that's where caps and floors work. That even when you have that separation, here's the headline: second in payroll versus 20th. But then when you look a little bit deeper, you go, you know what? Even the Knicks and the Spurs are relatively very similar payrolls.
That's crazy as far as the gap of the number of teams versus the number of money. That's bizarre.
If you took that $23 million and you took that to baseball, good luck. We'll take a break. When we come back, what's on deck? Brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. We'll look, of course, tonight to the big NBA matchup. We got some other stuff to clean up for you, including the A's hosting the Brewers tonight. But Jason, are you going to the game tonight?
No.
Interesting. We'll explain why Jason will not be going to the A's home game tonight. And then we'll get to Crosstalk with Matt and Kayla and so much more. You're locked into Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Welcome to the Bar None Auction.
Bar None Auction is selling thousands of items this Saturday, June 13th in Sacramento. Large farming and construction equipment, cars, trucks, and industrial supplies. All sold to the highest bidder. Always open to the public. Visit barnoneauction.com.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We've seen every kind of golf swing, some smooth, some, let's just say, innovative. And that's why Hagen Oaks offers Total Game Fitting. The TrackMan-powered player performance studio shows what your swing is really doing. Ping's Ballnamic Ball Fitter finds a ball that behaves. The Hagen Oaks Putter Fitting Studio helps turn almost into yes. And FootJoy's 3D foot scanner builds stability from the ground up. At Hagen Oaks, we don't judge your game, we fix it. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Better fit, more fun. Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Imran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is going to be fun.
Yeah! It's time for What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
All righty. Well, we got some sports, guys, starting with Game 2, which was the other day.
Yeah.
Continuing with Game 3.
Oh, they're going to play a third one?
That is, in fact, the rumor. There will be a Game 3 tonight. And Jason, they have figured out who's playing. It will be the Knicks and the Spurs.
Okay.
5:30. American Broadcast Company.
Maybe.
Jason and then Chris. No, Chris and then Jason. I think we had it flipped the other time. Who is favored and by how much?
Knicks 3.5.
It's got to be the Knicks. That was my number. Do I go above or below? I'll go 4.5.
You chose poorly.
Knicks are favored,
Knicks
right?
The Knicks are favored by 1.5.
Okay.
Against that is interesting.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, they won 2 in. Hey, Vegas knows what the hell they're doing, right?
I guess.
Yeah. Let's see. Giants host the Nationals tonight, 6:45. And the Athletics host the Brewers, but Jason, they're playing in Las Vegas.
They are.
Yeah, Las Vegas ballpark out there in Nevada. Wait, you know what? I'm actually curious. 7:05 is your first pitch. Let's take a look. I'm very curious as to what the weather will be like.
Probably not too bad.
And, you think so?
I don't know.
Jason, what will the game time temperature be?
Game time in Vegas will be 93.
Chris Verlade, what will the 7:05? What will the game time temperature be in Las Vegas?
97.
Jason Ross almost dead on. 92 degrees.
That's comfortable and dropping
with cloud cover.
Okay.
By the way, and wind steady 9 miles an hour, gusts to 16 miles an hour. There is a red flag warning. So you know, but that's happening. Also, I saw a story over the weekend. And I want to be very clear when I read this story. It involves Denver Broncos outside linebacker Jonathan Cooper and his girlfriend Jade Fegan. I believe Fiegen. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's a very serious story, and I'm not going to make light of it. It involves they were both arrested following a physical altercation at his residence over infidelity. Okay. There's stories from both sides. She says he grabbed her by the neck, lifted her off her feet, pinned her against the wall while he retrieved her phone, and then said a few other things. He gave a different account, said he held her by her arms to get his phone back and later braced his neck against hers to stop her from taking it again. The part that caught my eye, and again, I'm not trying to make light of this. I honestly have questions here. She said in her account that he threatened to break her phone if she didn't leave, and then put the device in his mouth and ate it. What? He put the device in his mouth and ate it, causing damage. She noted the phone contained irreplaceable messages and voice notes from her late mother and a few other things. He, in his account, said what I just said, but admitted to officers that he damaged her phone by putting it in his mouth and eating it. Now, I want to be able to ask this question surrounding what is a very serious story. What? How? How do you eat a phone? How do you eat part of a phone? I'm assuming it's an iPhone or an Android, it couldn't just be that he cracked the screen by biting down on it. Although I'm sure he did, and he did.
Strong teeth.
Ate the phone?
Well, I think it was put it in his mouth and like broke it that way. I don't think he ate it.
I guess my other thing would be this. I don't really want to read too much into this, but if she said, well, too late, but if she said that it caused irreplaceable or irreparable damage and she's lost text messages and all that, doesn't that imply more than just a damaged phone? And I know nerds, back up to the cloud and all that, but also I feel like that would incredibly harm you eating a phone, or even eating a corner of the phone, part of the glass. I don't know, man.
Did it have a case?
I don't know, but even
and it was
that,
a rotary phone.
I've never heard any of that. I've never heard any of that. From the 9 and 6, I haven't heard any Fox talk this morning. Clutch. Oh wait, hold on. This is what this dude sounds like.
Okay.
Yeah, this is our angry tester. So here we go.
Oh, I haven't heard any Fox talk this morning. Clutch player of the year doesn't take the last shot. I must have missed that segment. Meh.
Well, listen. First off, anybody have a problem with Wemby taking the last shot?
Nope.
Secondly, if Fox took that last shot and let's say he missed, the entire storyline is that Fox took the last shot and Wemby would have made it. And third, Fox wasn't the problem.
Yeah, Fox had a good game.
Fox had a good game.
Makes you wonder about all those other bad games.
Makes you wonder about all those other bad games. I'm Chris. Me.
No, dude. You would be hilarious if this texter right here. What if that ended up being a Chris burner this whole time? That would actually be. I will honestly, because they share a lot of the same hatings. That would actually, I would actually appreciate that. That'd be
Why
like
would I hide from my thoughts?
No, I'm saying you share your thoughts, but then you back them up on the text line to get, because half of your job description, your self-described job description, is getting me angry, and that would go towards that.
Maybe that was De'Aaron texting.
Texting his own hate.
And to be fair, I don't try to get you mad.
And to be fair,
you don't? What do you try to do, Chris?
I try to annoy you.
Yeah, which has nothing to do with getting mad at all.
Well, that's on
Anyways. Yeah, Fox wasn't the problem, dude. Fox is definitely a big part of the problem in game one. We talked about that. Like, we call balls and strikes here on the show.
Fragile ego, fragile body, weak mind, weak spirit.
fragile ego, fragile body, weak mind, stupid wrestling.
I'm sorry. I'm having way too much fun. I really need to stop. For the first time ever, I think this is not sports, but it's worth talking about. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood has officially launched a YouTube channel. Full episodes, classic clips, 100% wholesome. I wonder if they have bloopers. Have we ever seen Mr. Rogers' bloopers?
Yes. Does he swear?
No. The one that I thought was real, and again, there's a picture of him like flipping off the camera, and it turned out that was debunked.
I thought there was one where he's trying to set up a tent or something, and he is getting very frustrated with it.
Really?
He's human.
Golf is great to fall asleep to, but unfortunately, it's only on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you got to find something to do Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. Mr. Rogers and the Joy of Painting guy, Bob Ross.
Bob Ross. Uncle Bob.
Oh, my God. Oh, just imagine. He's so good to fall asleep to. So good to fall asleep to. Also, speaking of golf, why don't they put the LPGA on like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Or
because they want to have people go to their tournaments as well on the weekend.
Oh, is that okay? Yeah, because the weekend. I gotcha.
Yeah.
No, I was just thinking like because Nelly Korda won the Ladies U.S. Open over the weekend, right? But they had the Memorial on, and that's not as big a tournament, relative to the tour. But I kind of don't like that women's golf and men's golf compete. Like, and then there's no golf during the week. I wonder if there's a way to do that where the women get their own spotlight and don't have to compete with the men's golf. And then you have golf all week long. I don't know. I actually like watching women's golf. I do. I know a lot of guys like don't. I don't know why, dude. I look, are the women as good as the men? No. Would the women beat the holy hell out of anyone listening to this show and any of us by a monstrous amount? And are they insanely good at golf? Yeah, dude. It's not even a freaking conversation. Much like the conversation that happened between Quinn Snyder and the Atlanta Hawks, as they have now agreed to a multi-year contract extension, according to Shams Charania. Consecutive extensions for Hawks leadership between him and the team president, Sisala. They're solidified now. Why do they always make Quinn Snyder look like a serial killer in his pictures?
Well, is it them or is it Quinn?
Look, he's a little serial killer-esque. But Jason, if you want to look over at your thing here, look at Quinn. Like
Dr. Quinn, medicine man.
That's the best picture they could get of him. Anyways, he's rich, so who cares?
Yeah, good for him.
Popular cell phone recipes include collard greens and onion rings. Thanks, Whitey. That's well done. And finally, there's a video out. The Spurs may be down 2-0, but Victor Wembanyama was videoed in not Central Park, but a park in New York, drawing. It's drawing pictures.
Just doing drawings.
Maybe birds, maybe a tree. Haven't I seen him in New York? Wasn't there a thing where he was playing chess at one of the little New York chessy boards?
Mm-hmm.
Is Victor Wembanyama chess's dork? Is chess dork, Chris?
Yes.
Why?
Haven't you seen an 80s movie before? All the nerds do chess.
Yeah, but then have you seen, what was it, The Queen's Gambit? That was awesome.
Dork. Yeah. Thank you, Chris.
Wait, hold on. Have either of you guys watched Queen's Gambit on Netflix?
I watched the first couple of episodes.
And you weren't into it?
No.
Period piece.
Well, at one point. But yeah, wow. I really like that show. And so did a lot of other people. And now my neighbors are looking
I
at me
took a
wondering
whole
what
bunch of stimulants, and it didn't get me better at chess.
We'll take a break.
Hey, before we break, by the way, we got one more giveaway. You mentioned the A's being on the road but home. That's kind of weird, but they're going to be here next Monday when they take on Pittsburgh at Sutter Health Park, and that's 1 week from today, June 15th, first pitch, 6:40. Call in right now, and you could win a pair of tickets. 916-339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Dave, we're going to do two. So how about caller 3 and 6?
Caller. Yeah, there you go. Callers 3 and caller 6. There you go.
Win a pair.
1-800-920-1140. Win a pair of tickets. Win a couple pair of tickets.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take a break. When we come back, talk about a pair of tickets. Matt and Kayla join us for the final segment of the program. We'll do that right after this.
Like Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55-plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
This is the sound of Jack, buzz cutting his way to a small fortune. To Jack, every time he cuts his own hair, that's $50 right in his pocket. If Jack sees DIY buzz cuts as a saving strategy, Wells Fargo is right behind him. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy. Oh, ouch. However you make money work, we can work with that.
Mobile carriers' message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Don't miss out on the biggest action sports event happening in Sacramento this June. Tickets are now live for MoonPay X Games Sacramento 2026. See nearly 100 of the world's best skate, BMX, and Moto X athletes compete at Cal Expo June 26th through 28th. Music performances featuring electronic music icon Cascade on Friday, June 26th, and Grammy-winning producer and artist Mustard, and music producer DJ Subtronics on Saturday, June 27th. Score your tickets today at xgames.com.
Hi, I'm Adam Johnson here with Golf Fitness Solutions. If you want more distance, less pain, better mobility, and a body that holds up for 18 holes, come see us. We're expanding in Carmichael, and you're invited to our grand opening party on June 13th from noon to 4. Tour our new space, meet the team, try the simulator challenge, see if you can make a hole-in-one, and learn how golf-specific training, stretching, massage, and assessments can help your game. Call 916-802-5175 or visit us at golffitnesssolutions.com for more information. Kohl's Father's Day gifts are so good, Dad won't be able to stop bragging about them. To his friends, to his barber, to the server who did not ask. He'll even brag to you, the person who literally bought it for him. From comfy polos and stylish shoes, to his favorite cologne and cool tech, get gifts Dad'll be talking about for months at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. You've been warned. Select styles, some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Hello, I'm Ozempic. And I'm other GLP-1s, kind of like him. Hey, are you shaking a maraca?
No, I'm shaking the pill version of Ozempic, which no one should ever do except in ads like this.
A nice disclaimer.
Hey, thanks. Ask your doctor about which FDA-approved uses of the Ozempic pen or pill may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide tablets, 9 milligrams, and Ozempic semaglutide injection, 2 milligrams.
There's a pill version of Ozempic.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Let's go. Hey, let's go. Are they here? What?
Are you here?
The question, bro, is we're here. Are you here?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, got him.
No.
That's a pretty stupid question, being that you're in the room and I'm not there. Any other brain busters?
She's eating an apple. Let her get it back to you. Hold on.
Okay. Hello, Maddie. How was your weekend?
Good. It was good. I went to Hangtown Motocross.
You did?
I did.
Wow.
It was very dirty.
You're getting prepared for the X Games?
No. My son just wanted to go. It
Well,
was
that's
fun.
what it is.
It's busy as hell out there.
Action sports.
Yeah.
I keep hearing those promos, Kayla. You will be.
Are you participating?
No, but I covered a lot of X Games in my career, and one of the guys that's going to come in, one of the athletes, Kevin Peraza, I covered before he became an X Game gold medalist. So he's going to pop back in here.
I'm being dead serious here. I have both. I don't know why the winter attracts me a little bit. Well, I do because of the heat, but I've always wanted to go to an X Game. Like I actually think that would be a blast.
It's cool. But I like that kind of stuff. The snowboarding is awesome. Like, I had to shoot that off the shoulder for the Grand Prix, like when Shaun White made the Olympics. And like shooting that in a blizzard was one of the hardest things of my career. But it was
You need to
awesome.
explain to the audience when you say I have to shoot that off the shoulder. What do you mean by that?
She has a bazooka.
Yeah.
Fire in the hole.
Big old camera. I think mine probably weighed with the batteries like probably 45 or so. But yeah, I shot everything off the shoulder. So wherever you were, whatever sport it was, you had that camera on your shoulder and you shot the highlights.
You both are TV folk, have a TV background. I've often wondered this, especially Kayla, or it looks like a stiff breeze could blow either of you over. Why does the equipment have, with technology and everything, why does it have to be so damn huge and heavy?
I didn't.
It isn't anymore.
Yeah,
remember, I'm
handle.
old, Dave. But honestly, my preference was big cameras. Even when they started to bring in the little ones, I didn't want those. I didn't want to look like a little wimp.
I had a okay.
They were
heavy for Matt. No, it's just a mini, way more mobile, way
Not
easier to shoot football with.
But stability-wise, I just
Get good.
It wasn't. Nah.
Right from the hip. That's all I
Get
shot.
old
It was perfect.
Camera on your shoulder, man. I got so good at highlights.
Hey, it's not the size; it's how you use it.
Okay, now it's weird. What was that, Chris?
Me, Maddie.
Which is more fun? Because the two I would want to see more than anything are both winter. Well, I would rank it like this: in some order, the snowboarding half pipe.
Yeah. Yep.
The long jump or whatever they do with the snowboard, where they see how far they can go, and then probably skateboarding half pipe.
Yeah, those are good ones. Yeah, those are good ones.
Do people smoke weed at these things? I feel like they do.
You know, Dave, we're in California.
Yeah.
So I just feel like that happening all the time here. Doesn't matter what event is coming into town. No, I don't think it's anything unnormal or like different from anything else.
Okay.
I mean, I guess we'll see.
They jump through the clouds.
Yeah.
Not judging.
Sounds like you are.
Not judging. No, not really. I will judge, however, how old somebody is with celebrity birthdays. It's brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Hey, going out and gonna get in the half pipe for snowboarding. Maybe pound a crumble cookie or two. Get that sugar rush. But be careful of Kayla. Don't run into her and her giant camera. Jason Ross.
Okay, on this day, what
Okay.
year did the movie Ghostbusters come out?
Ooh.
Who are you going to call?
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Matt, have you seen Ghostbusters?
I have.
You have?
I enjoyed them.
This is easy.
1984?
83.
86.
Carmichael Dave is right. 1984. Ding.
We have two correct answers. Ghostbusters, 1984. On this date, in what year did the movie Gremlins come out?
Oh, that's a good one, too.
Did you see Gremlins?
Bright light.
You did.
Not a Christmas movie.
God, why is that a thing?
That is?
Yeah.
It was filmed during Christmas, wasn't it?
Christmas.
Wasn't it around Christmas?
Why is Chris, real quick, why is Gremlins not a Christmas movie, but Die Hard is?
Because in Gremlins, it's not key to the story, and Die Hard, it is key to the story.
How is it key to the story?
Man tries to reconnect with his family on Christmas. Don't know how.
Didn't little Billy get a gremlin for Christmas?
Did he?
I don't know. I'm asking. I
Was the
can't
key to
remember,
the-
honestly.
I just know the Christmas. It's the dad died trying to be Santa.
See?
Get him wet.
1986.
82.
85.
84.
We have a correct answer. Goes to Christopher Law. Both movies came out on the same day.
Oh my!
What?
You
guys didn't know that?
No.
Wow.
Dave,
I
did you
did
hear that
not.
voice?
But I was barely even alive.
Did you hear him put his phone down?
You didn't know it was 1984. I'm Chris. I know everything.
What is that?
That's Dave.
Dave's
talking
voice
about?
changer.
The
that's
next
funny.
guess.
Didn't hear the basketball Jesus
We're gonna
or
have
football
basketball Jesus guess this one from Dave. Kanye West is how old today? Basketball Jesus.
God, not him again. Jeez.
It's the stupidest bit.
I'll say 46.
46.
On the car radio, you could hear only 2 or 3 out of every 9 words.
Oh, really?
That football Jesus said.
Oh.
Listening in.
Well, that's good radio.
Oh my
Sorry.
gosh.
Don't give me
Would you
toys,
get a new
dude.
toy?
Yes.
Kayla, I got a new toy. Relax.
Can you do Michael?
Can you?
It's a smooth criminal.
So yes, he
I
can.
didn't know Michael made the music.
Yeah.
Like he sang the music
Yeah.
too. What was the question? Those are
All right,
lyrics.
I'm done.
He's 49.
Who?
Kanye.
Oh, Kanye. 51.
48.
We have a correct answer. It goes to Kayla Anderson, 49 for Kanye West. Happy birthday to Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Oh.
Sorry.
Got a snort.
That got you? Come on, Kayla.
Keenan is 72.
What?
I know.
No.
Then give an answer.
53.
Wow, we have a big discrepancy.
I'll split the difference. 61.
67.
Chris is close to 68 today.
What?
Yeah. How about Mike Florio?
Ooh. What's he? Pro
Great day for
football?
birthdays.
Yes.
Mike Florio is 62.
64.
58.
59.
Dave is close to 61.
Okay.
Boom. Boom. What's coming up on the big show today?
Well,
Oop, I forgot to press the button.
Big show today.
Breaking down the ending of Game 2. Been waiting all weekend to talk about that. Previewing Game 3 tonight. Lots of audio as well to react to from. And a great article from The Athletic about Mike Brown. Very excited to talk about that.